Well, very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Flight Deck Sim live stream. Today is the 15th of April 2025, 4 minutes past 3 in the afternoon. We are back in X-Plane 12, the latest beta. We don't usually fly betas on the channel, but there's been significant improvements to the graphics and clouds, and I wanted to try it out. We're in the Felis 747-200. We're in North Africa. We're going to be departing from Algiers in Algeria, flying westbound along the north coast of Africa and the Mediterranean towards the capital of Morocco. Is it the capital, Casablanca? I'm not sure. I need to look that up. Flight time 1 hour and 40 minutes. All of you voted or gave some ideas on what to stream, and overwhelmingly you guys chose the Felis 747-200. It's a channel favourite, and we're going to fly, of course, old school navigation using INS and live time, live weather. You can see here it's a bit of drizzle around at the moment. We'll see how the live weather is depicted into the sim as well. Now in Casablanca later there is about some events, so it should be quite busy. You'll enjoy me struggle to fly this tank into Morocco. Now firstly, can I say a massive thank you to all of your kind words. As many of you have known, especially the members, we've been expecting our little daughter, and she arrived just over a week ago on Monday, which is why I've been very quiet in the last week or two. Just last stream I did was nearly 2 weeks ago. She arrived Monday morning, alive and well and happy, via a C-section, which was sort of half planned. I'm not going to go into a huge amount of detail. We left the hospital on Wednesday, and we're just settling into parenthood quite nicely, and she's been a little angel, apart from last night, where she was up cry most night for feed and hungry, so I'm actually quite tired, which I just saw. I can't remember who commented right at the start. I think it was Pete. Yes, I might fall asleep halfway through this stream, but I've got a few more days until I go back to work on Saturday, so yeah, any advice into fatherhood would be greatly appreciated. Of course, we're flying Alpaca Airways, the latest version of the Felis 742 as well. Just stock scenery here, but it looks very nice here in Algiers, Algeria. That is our beautiful aircraft. Anyway, who we've got here in chat today? We've got Zippy Zapple. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Megabyte Gaming, I love the beta. Active Sky is incredible. With the beta, I'm actually using default X-Plane 12 weather, so we'll see how that performs. I did a little test sector. The weather was a little wayward in Casablanca. There was a lot of changes in the winds, so we'll see how we get on today. Mattia Mercy, hope you're doing well. He says, 737 Captain, why does the speed trim fail lights stay illuminated until and IRS alignment is complete? Thanks. Great question. You have to go into the technical aspects of FCOM 2 there. Off the top of my head, I don't know, but you should be able to find that in FCOM 2. There'll be some engineer here who'll be able to answer your question there in detail. Listen, I hope you're doing well. V1 Gang slowly infiltrating the Alpaca herd. Yes, also inspired this stream today by V1 Simulations, who flew this aircraft, which I happened to be watching. Someone said, have a look at this flight deck sim, and it was hilarious. He almost crashed into a mountain and pip in there. It was absolutely brilliant. Speedbird001 Bob's here as well. Scotty2, hope you're doing well. Callum Thompson said I've not been as active as recently due to exams, been using some of the old streams for good background listening. Glad to catch you live once again. Thank you very much for popping in as well. Overpink says, hi Hungry, I'm Dad. Well, I don't know what that's about there as well. AJ Fed, everyone's going to be sneak watching, getting tips. Yeah, he's got his notepad ready for this stream. Right, anyway, let's jump on into the cockpit of the 747-200. There we are. Yeah, it's a bit of a longer setup, as you well know. For those of you who are familiar with the channel, it'll probably take 40 minutes or so, because I've got all the INS waypoints to load up. I essentially just treat it like a 737 and get from A to B. Dark says, hey, I've been loving the beta, but the weather just doesn't seem to match the live weather, at least not visually. Got any tips? Yeah, what are we on the METAR right now? I think you might be right with that. We've got drizzle and rain here. Again, I've not really had to play around with it. What is it right now? Yeah, it looks like that could be the case. Right now, 2205, 10k, few at 2,600. We've in the sim got drizzle. Visibility maybe 5,000, 6,000 meters. Certainly not what's depicted on the METAR, so maybe the beta's broken with live weather. We'll have to see how we get on today. Simbear, thank you very much. 30, You've just come in there with a 5. Appreciate your incredible generosity again and support as a member. What have you got to say here?
So good to see you back. We may or may not have missed you.
You've been getting on just fine, Simba, I guess, in Discord without me. But thank you very much for everyone's patience. I've been quite late getting to everyone's DMs and messages there as well. DGS 4000, I've never seen you on the channel before, but thank you very much. You've just come in with 5 gifted members. I'd like to say welcome Zippy Zapple, Avia Nightor, Matthew Keefe, Matthew Newey, and Daniel Delic all joining as gifted members. Very generous of you, DGS 4000. Thank you very much. I hope you're doing well. I don't think you're even a member of the channel yourself. And he says also, DGS 1000, congratulations on becoming a dad. Cheers. Well, that's very, very kind. Thank you. To all the new members, follow the instructions under the sync command with Nightbot on how to join the members only Discord. Right, anyway, let's get some power into the aircraft. So the battery switch is over here. There we are. We'll get the ground power connected straight away. So external power. I think that's the last ding. There we are. External power is connected. Let's just turn down the music in the background. So good, we've got some power, standby power to normal, and then we'll start just doing a bit of an overhead panel scan, and then the engineers panel. We've got another gifted membership coming in. My goodness, I am just going to mute the alerts, otherwise that's going to go off continuously. Thank you very much indeed. That's more gifted members from Pandy. We've got Speedbird001, AI Looper, Johan M. Beaufort, and Aleski Kamlikov all joining as member. Thank you very much indeed for your gifted membership there from Pandy. Most kind, son. You just joined as a member too. Thank you very much, sir. Joshik says, so many noises. I know, that's why I've just turned it off temporarily. I'll turn it back on once the member pings have stopped coming through. There we are. I've already turned it back on again. Right, so starting here, this is all configured and set. Anti-skid can come on. We'll put the body steering. Body steering. It's going to be a lot of word confusion today with my fatigue. That's all configured and set. We'll put the IRSs or INSs to standby. That's all configured and set. We're looking good. Emergency exit lights armed. No smoking and seatbelt sign on. I've already pre-fueled the aircraft. We'll discuss block fuel in a second. Radio master switches on. Stall warning to test, Mach airspeed warning test, over rotation test complete, engine anti-ice and wing anti-ice can be left off, probe heat on after departure. Oh my goodness me, get up Keith, that is huge! Oh my days, €60 coming in there, very very kind. Jesus Christ.
Here is a small budget for a bunch of diapers, Captain.
They are dear, aren't they?
Please reserve one for me. I might need them for takeoff. Starstruck emoji. All the best for your newfound family.
Thank you very much. Very generous of you, 60. If you have cut up for your €60, that's going to go far to getting the Pampers. Well, we've tried lots of different nappies so far. We've settled with the Pampers because they have no leakages. We've yet to have one with those. So thank you very much. Most kind of you, and thank you so much for your generosity in the past as well. Cheers, buddy. Right, overhead panel scan's done. We'll just turn up the lighting here slightly. It's a little bit dim in the sim. So one of the updates, we'll look at the updates and changes to the X-Plane beta. They're finally working on the dark cockpit lighting. To be fair, this level of lighting and this time of day, you would probably look a little bit like this. But there's probably some refinement and changes still needed to be made. Dave Cat, you are loved by many people you will never meet. Pretty cool. I know, very generous people as well. Dave Cat 1458. So the overhead panel's pretty much all set up. I've spent the time just before the stream to set as much as I can on the MCP. So we're going to depart from runway 23. It's a bit of a long taxi, but I've noticed a slight issue with the preferred departure runway here with my Ortho 4XP. If I just take a quick little look over here, because we'd probably take off in this direction, but yes, it doesn't look so bad there. But I reckon when we pass out at 140 knots, it's going to upset the aircraft. If you look here, see this here? It's a massive dip. If you look at that white line, it's just an issue with the Ortho. So we're going to have a very long taxi out to runway 23, which is what I've set there. Courses are set up for the SID. There's no ATC. We'll go straight up to flight level 380, which is our cruise. Here on the sort of bulkhead, we'll just do some tests here. So indicator reset, altitude alert tests. Ground proximity test complete. Rudder ratio test done as well. Stab trim and all that set up later. Radio aids will set up too, and then we'll just head over to the engineers panel to configure this as best as we can. Remember, it's a bit of guesstimation with this as well. I don't operate 747-200. I've never been a flight engineer. I just sort of configure it as close to as realistic as possible. Black Doctor, thank you very much. Congrats once again. Having Store, thank you for your time as a member. 10 months. And congrats on becoming a dad. Hope she has a little bit more hair than you. Oh, where's my soundboard? Yeah, good one. Edo and me have been getting deeper into the Felis recently, so I'm excited. Well, again, join the Felis Discord. There's some fantastic information available there, but I'll do my best to sort of configure it all as best as possible. Anyway, I've just realised we'll just take this opportunity. I always go full load of passengers, 25% cargo, because if I go 50, I already exceed the maximum zero fuel weight. So this is sort of the most payload I could take. And then fuel, you'll see here on the operational flight plan, we only need 29.5 tonnes. Now, I looked at the SIG weather charts en route. There are some CBs potentially en route. So we're going to take an additional 15 minutes of fuel. 15 minutes of fuel, we'll be conservative to say this burns 12 tonnes an hour. So an extra 3 tonnes on top of our standard block fuel. So that's going to be 32.6. And you can see here, I'll just manipulate the fuel amount so I get sort of 32.6 here. You can just sort of fiddle around with it. There you are, 32,727. Instant load, and then I go to home, then to, I think it's load sheet or payload. There we are. So board plane, or no, here we are. Use data from load sheet, instant board and load. So now we should have the amount of fuel we want, 32.6. which is here, or 32.7, and our gross weight is 260 tonnes based off a full load of passengers and cargo as well. So that's all set up. Infusion says, planning to trim a few trees today like V1. I know, I was in tears watching. It was so funny. Sent him a donation, a popcorn emoji. I don't know how he didn't smash it into the ground. He was upside down at one point. He just completely lost everything. Oh, brilliant. Right, let's see how we go on today. Right, electrical panel is already configured. We'll start at the APU. It's not too hot here in North Africa today. I think it's around 20 degrees. Oh yeah, so we need to wait until the APU doors opened. There we are. So start the APU. Electrical panels all configured. The generators are off. I've topped up the engine oil and a hydraulic fluid before the stream, so that's all set up and configured. Just give ourselves a little bit of lighting. We'll turn on the galley power and put this to normal. Galley lav fan on. Chillers can all come on. The electrical panels all configured here. We'll open the trim air dehumidifier. Turn on the recirc fans. I leave the gasper off because I don't like that hissing sound, so I leave it off during my streams. We'll turn on the bleed. You often change this configuration throughout the entire setup. Cruising at 38,000 feet. Do you put 1,000 feet or below or above it? I can't remember. I'll put 37. And the pressure at our destination landing barrow set, I think you put here again. It's been such a while since I've flown the aircraft. I can't exactly remember. 1017, I think I put there. Is our destination. QNH as well. You put above. Perfect. Thank you. So 39,000. Cheers. That's all configured. Fuel pumps on. So obviously the range of this aircraft is significant. We're only doing a 1 hour 40-minute flight. So there's no fuel in the centre tank, and that's configured. Ready. We'll get the APU bleed on. There we are. So nice conditioned air coming into the cabin. Turn on these air-driven pumps for now. Check the squibs. They're all good. Aft cargo heat to normal. And the fault fire tests. Where are they for the engines? I can never remember. It's here, isn't it? There we are. Fire test and fault test. You can see all the temperatures here of the engine itself. It's really cool. Right. And that's pretty much all configured here. I think we're good for the overhead panel. Interior lighting looks quite okay, doesn't it? Yeah, improvements. I think the cockpits could do a little bit more lighting, but certainly en route when I was flying through clouds, there's a lot of light changes which need to be changed around. Right, so here's our operational. Well, I'll show you the operational flight plan in a second. Here's our routing. So there's Europe. We're in North Africa. Departing Algiers, the capital Algeria, flying westbound along the north coast of North Africa to Morocco. And it's quite nice because both SIDS and STARS at the airports, the respective airports, are conventional, so we can sort of fly it as they would many years ago, and not RNAV based. And the SID, we just program the NDB Charlie Hotel Echo as the first waypoint, and then all the VORs will program as INS, but primarily use the VOR to back up with the navigation. So first things first, we need to tell the aircraft where we are. So you've got two ways of doing this. You can get your charts for the airport you're at. Taxi, INS coordinates, find out the stand you're on. So if I just zoom out here, you can see I'm on stand Whiskey 20. You find Whiskey 20 here, there we are, there's our position. North 3641.7, East 003, 1221. You can double check that on the INS, you can use that to insert your position as well, which I generally do because it's more accurate. So first things first, I put the INS to standby, I'll put insert present position. The beauty of this is it'll put in all 3 INSs, so if I go to pause, there you go, position, position, and position, we put it in, and we can now align the IRS. So we go align, 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 and now we can start programming the waypoints. So we'll select waypoint, waypoint, waypoint. We'll then select remote to insert all the waypoints in all of the INSs. So remote, remote, remote. Go here, select waypoint number 1, and we can insert waypoint number 1 as well. So if I open Navigraph, again, monitor my stream. If you notice I make an error, an input error, feel free to mention in chat. Usually I do every single stream. So flights, view sim brief OFP, and you'll see I've already numbered all the waypoints before the start of the stream I want to program. So the first one is the Churchill NDB 397, so we'll put that in. North 36.1. Insert East 002 116. Insert number 2. We actually then cross the Greenwich Meridian. We're going from east to west. So north 35.36.8 35.36.8. Insert west 3 zeros 39.3. Insert waypoint number 3 is the Uja VOR north 34.46.4 34.46.4. Insert west 00 1570 1570. Insert waypoint number 4. Fez VOR north 33.55.6 33.55.6. Insert west 00508. Insert waypoint number 5 is the Sadik. That's the beginning of the star actually into Casablanca. So north 33.44.0. Insert west 0062 006200. Insert number 6. Bisme north 33388. Insert west 006536 6536. Insert number 7. Penultimate waypoint Godpo north 33110. Insert west 007046. Insert waypoint number 8 is the airport, just in case I get lost. Douglas, congratulations, new kid. Good health for him and the mom. For her, Douglas says, I've got a daughter. Last I checked, it was anyway. Thank you, Douglas, for your kind words. North 33.21.9. Insert and then west 007349. Insert. There we are. So now I can deselect remote. Perfect. And then to speed the process up here, I know it's cheating, but I always press quick align because it completes the alignment, puts all the RSs in nav, and you can now manipulate the INSs you need to navigate. Sasha, most kind, thank you very much again for your £10 donation. You're always very generous, Sasha. No need. Thank you.
Huge congratulations.
Cheers.
This £10 donation is towards the dry cleaning of your uniform.
Oh, I think you've done it twice, Sasha.
Has deployed the Poonami.
50,
Sasha, let me know
20,
if you've
10.
had to pay for that twice. We'll sort something out on Discord, but that was very kind. Thank you. Let's see. If you've been charged twice, let me know. We'll sort it out. Thank you very much.
Huge congratulations. This £10 donation is towards the dry cleaning of your uniform that
yes.
may be required after she has deployed the Poonami.
Oh, there we are. So, yes, hopefully I won't be in uniform whilst changing my baby daughter. That would be quite interesting. But I'll bear that in mind. I'm next changing it. Josiah says, you're better at putting in coordinates while sleep deprived than not. I know. Maybe I should be more sleep deprived in the future to insert the INS waypoints. There we are. So INS is loaded. engineer panel's set. We just have a couple more things left to do, which is the takeoff performance and then a bit of a briefing. So let's head over here and just look at the airport. So here, as I said, it's a bit of a long trek. You definitely depart 27, I should think, but we are going to taxi all the way out to runway 23 due to that ortho issue with the tile. So the takeoff run available is 3,500 metres full length, and I did do an intersection departure earlier, that worked. So what we'll do to save a bit of time, we'll plan Foxtrot 2 using my highly accurate ability to see. I'll reduce the takeoff run to what, 2,800 metres? We would never take that sort of guesstimation, would go off the OPT, but yeah, let's base it off 2,800 metres and take Foxtrot 2. So performance, takeoff run available 2,800 metres, read data from sim, so wet 17 degrees, QNH is 1008, which I need to set here, 1008, and on the standby altimeter that should sync with Jim's. Elevation here, what is it? It's, I can't remember actually, let's have a look. 82 feet, so we'll call it 100 feet. There we are, and taking off runway 23 with the wind. There we are. So this is showing required runway length 2,000 meters, corrected 2,900. Let's corrected. What does it mean by corrected? I don't know. Let's go off the required runway, which is fine, all good. And set these speed bugs at V2154, which is set on the MCP automatically. Trim 4.5 units, which I'll set now as well, 4.5, and we'll put the green band selector to down so we don't have any limit issues. Initial pitch attitude will be 16 degrees, so let's turn on the flight director. 16 degrees. I only set it on my side, I never turn Jim's flight director on. There we are, 16 degrees, and the runway heading set. I'll just turn that off for now. And when we get above 10,000 feet, we'll climb at 307 knots. Scotty, I would struggle with this aircraft. It requires a bit of, you know, you've seen me fly this aircraft multiple times compared to when I first flew it to now. I'm a little more proficient, but it's a busy aircraft designed for being worked on with three people. So if you buy it struggle, that's completely normal. So yeah, give it a try if you want a challenge, that's for sure. Happy Soul says Jim is such a pro, he doesn't need a flight director, he always flies for data. Brilliant. Runway length corrected for wind and slope. Is that okay? Interesting. I think I didn't change anything here. So if I change the slope here, okay. I see. So we don't. We'll be fine. I did it on my test sector. It'll be all good. Hope you're doing well, Matthew. Right, we've done the performance. Bugs are set. Now we are going to look at the SID. This is an awesome SID. So it's called the Chelburb something. Oh my goodness. Ruben, that's a very generous donation. It's gone purple, so I know that's a lot of money in your respective currency. Thank you very much, sir. What have you got to say?
Here's to the newborn daughter and her loving parents. I guess you already piled up your stock of diapers, so go buy a fun little toy for her and a nice bottle of rum for yourself.
Not the other way around,
It might help you through the night in the coming weeks. _FT2 Stop Gun.
FT2S Top Gun, I think that was. Thank you very much, Ruben. That's most generous, most kind. We'll top up on toys and nappies. Clothes, we've had so many. Everyone's been so generous. But yeah, it's getting into a bit of a rhythm and pattern is the challenging part. We've sort of been taking turns at night. I'm going on to earlies this weekend as well, back to work. So I will be staying in the spare bedroom at when I'm not at work. We sort of share the duties. So thank you very much. And as I said, any tips will be greatly appreciated. Hello, Felis. Hope you're doing well. We're in your beautiful aeroplane today. 0321 Short said it's a fun and very rewarding add-on to fly, especially with INS. Takes a bit of getting used to, but well worth every penny. Absolutely. Now, talking about conventional navigation, look at this SID. We're flying the Churchill runway 23. It's the Churchill 1 Alpha. So look at it. It's an immediate right turn after departure. Now, my operator, we can't make any early turns until, I think it's 398 feet is the quoted figure. Let's call it 400 feet. So we'll follow my operator's SOP, 400 feet, immediate right turn, and we'll sort of go straight outbound on 326. And essentially we go out into a 30 DME, and then we make a very sharp left turn into the Churchill NDB. Now what I've found is the ADF sort of does pick it up on the climb map, but once we get much higher we lose the NDB, but not an issue because we've got INS waypoint programmed in. So what I might do once I'm established on this radial is imagine ATC goes, yeah, Alpaca 74 Charlie Bravo, route now direct Churchill, which would be a typical departure. Shortcut. So we'll initially head north over the Mediterranean and then make that left turn and then continue en route. And it's all tuned, guys. Like you can see before the stream, I've got the courses set to 326 for the radial. The VOR is active 112.5, 112.5. If you want to be ultra realistic, you can tune up Nav 1 and get the Nav aid for the Dar El Abida. There you go, there's the Alpha Lima Romeo, all listened in the program. There's such an epic add on this one. There we are, that's it, all tuned. We'll initially fly this probably at 230 knots until we get outbound, and then we'll bug up to 250 and continue our departure. Felis, it's only me trying to drag the screen with RMB to look around. I'm not sure what that's referring to. He's not using force feedback, because other YouTubers, I still have to fix that, even though I don't have a device, and it will be a blind fix. Yeah, I think... 2 Tons was having an issue with his control column, but I did a test sector with my trusty Thrustmaster Boeing yoke and it was all working very well, so hopefully we won't run into issues today. Right, let's now run our checklist. This is the quickest I've ever set this aircraft up, I think, so let's see what I forgot. Most likely a few things. There we are.
Before start checklist, please. Gear lever and lights.
Let's get the weather radar warmed up as well.
Brakes. Parked. Start levers. Off. Radios. On and check. Flight control hydraulic power. On.
It's all green so far.
INS. Check and nav. Compasses. Slave.
Yeah, Matthew, I agree. Yeah, Navate in both sims always seem to be late to be
seatbelts and no smoking.
Identified and picked up.
On.
In both sims.
Emergency lights. Armed. Exterior lights. Check. Flight instruments.
Look at this, all green.
Check. Altimeters and clocks. 1008. Set and cross check.
That's all good.
Radio INS switches. Radio. Radar and transponder. Standby.
Yeah, no
indicator lights.
No ATC today.
Check. Engine and wing anti-ice. Off. Stall warning.
Done that.
Check. Mach airspeed
Thanks,
warning.
Leroy.
Check.
Everything's pink and
Auto
short.
brakes. Check and off. Body gear steering. Arm.
Minimums. Minimums.
Anti-skid.
Minimums. Approaching minimums.
Nothing forgotten. Paul, thank you, 60 months. That's a considerable amount of time as a member. Albeit 5 years. Thanks, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Not long time no speak. This is hi, Captain Friends. Long time no see. All good. Very well, thank you. I said become a Dan last week, so very, very busy in my life right now. But thank you very much for your continued support. Right, takeoff warning, same as the NG. So we'll just advance the thrust levers until we get the warning horn.
Auto flight enunciators. Check. GPWS. Check.
Cheers, Dig Talm 3RC. Instrument warning. Oh yes, I don't think I did that test. Where is it? No, it's not that one. Oh, here it is.
Check. Flight director computer selectors. Check.
Take care, Hammy Store.
Instrument
Thanks for
source
popping in.
selectors.
Welcome aboard, Dallas, as well. Thanks for your subscription.
Normal. Reserve brake valve. Closed. Spoilers. Down. Static selectors.
Cheers, Felis. Hope you're doing
Normal.
well, buddy. Thank you.
Oxygen mask and regulator.
It's a new world for me.
Check and emergency off.
So I think this one you have to just press, is it next or check? There we are. Oh, stab trim. Oh, I did this. I don't know how it continues the checklist, but yeah, I've checked that. Rudder and aileron trim, just make sure it was 0. Yeah, that's set to 0. Perfect. Aileron trim. I'll just get my control column up. Perfect. That's set to 0 as well. So there we are. Before start pilot checklist complete, let's do the engineer's checklist.
Battery on.
I press start.
APU
Thanks,
panel.
Felis.
Check. Auxiliary power.
Cheers, Aaron. Very
Check.
well, thank you.
Engine oil quantity.
And thanks for the kind words, buddy.
Fuel quantity. 3216
So
kilograms.
that's an extra 15 minutes of fuel.
Fuel panel.
Can't hear the checklist now, but we'll get the better pushback ordered. We want to face east.
Alright,
Control.
Captain, got the directions. Let me know through the menu when you're ready.
He does not sound like he's from Algeria.
Great news, Captain, your tow's coming.
Bleed controls. Now, this is the configuration at this stage I always forget, so I think it's...
Check and
Oh,
set.
it's happy.
Hydraulic quantity. Check.
I'll leave it like that.
EPR computer. Go around. Circuit
And now I'll put it
breakers.
back onto Todd.
Check. Indicator lights. Check.
This.
Electrical panel. Check and set.
Should get the AP on the
Air
bus now.
conditioning controls. Wait.
Oops. APU is on. APU please on. We'll get the external power disconnected in a second. What does that? Air conditioning panel. So now they want. Is it bleeds off? I can never remember the configuration.
Alright, looks like the doors and hatches are closed.
Check.
and we're
Oh, it's
ready to
off, I
connect.
think, for the engine start.
Fire control and wing overheat panels. Check and set.
So it's like the bleeds.
Equipment cooling.
Not bleeds off. Yeah, I think
Check.
it's taking the
Passenger
packs off for the
oxygen.
start.
Check. Hydraulic panel.
That needs to now come off.
This.
Oh, this.
Check
And this
set.
comes on for pushback.
Fuel jettison panel.
System
Check.
full pressure's built. Oh,
Crew
perfect.
oxygen. On. Oxygen mask and regulator.
Yeah, sure. I'm not sure what the configuration is
Check
and how it
and
changes
emergency
quite
off.
quickly as well. Dark says, does Active Sky make the weather more visually realistic, so basically more like live weather? I haven't used it, Active Sky, in months now. I've been liking the default weather in X-Plane.
ADPs
ADPs are off.
off. Checklist
Welcome
complete.
aboard, Captain. Toes connected,
Perfect.
5 pass pens inserted. Go and kill the parking brake when you're ready to go.
Right then, let's turn the music off now. This is my whole... Starting up this aircraft is just an epic experience. The sounds are the best on... Well, one of the best sounds on any add-on. It's just really exciting. So, let's go here to ground. We'll get everything removed.
Cockpit to ground. Disconnect ground power.
It's amazing. I just love the whole setup. And we'll get the
Cockpit
chocks
to
removed.
ground. Remove the chocks.
I'll also do my boarding PA.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. On behalf of the entire crew, welcome aboard the Boeing 747 Classic. We will depart shortly after we have our clearance and the cabin crew is finished with their preparations. For now, I wish you a pleasant flight, and I will be back during the flight with further flight information.
Richie, thank you. Hi, that is great news of being a dad. You'll be the best dad. Thank you. I'm trying. I have just become a grandpa. Congratulations on that as well, Richie Walsh. Really appreciate popping here as well. Paul says, congrats, huge news. I'm surprised that it was my 60th month as a member. Can remember my first stream of yours during COVID. Lots of change. Which stream was that? I can't remember. Doors, I think we never opened them, Felis. They should be all closed. There we are. Oh, looking beautiful. Look at that. I think the sim looks amazing now. Ooh, bit of thunder there as well. Uh-oh. Right, so GPU's disconnected, ground chocks removed. Oh no, you're right. I do have a door open. Yeah. Thank you. Let's leave. Captain sounds tired. Captain is tired. Right. I've got New Sky up and running as well. Look, so we're logging our flight for Alpaca Airways. Beacon on, so air conditioning packs off. Anti-conditioning light on, parking brake set, transponder. I'll put that to out off, or let's leave it at that for now. What did I want to do? Yeah, we'll just arm the slides.
Cabin crew, arm slides.
Perfect. Get ready for engine start.
Ready to start the engines.
Perfect.
Ready for engine start.
Listen to the
All
call.
doors are closed and armed.
Perfect. Are we ready for pushback, guys? Start this incredible experience.
Parking brake released.
And that's
Here
7
comes the
minutes
pushback. Line 'em
after
up.
departure. I'll better just disconnect the detach. All good. Sounds, I just love this. Right, engine start sequence we use is 4123. Starting engine number 4.
Starting engine 4.
Starter valve open.
It's just epic.
N2.
Alright, that was N2, 20%, so fuel on. Gotta go outside. Get really close, it's loud. When all 4 are on, it's ridiculous. There we are. So a good start on engine number 4.
Stabilized.
That was good timing. Engine stabilised. Starting engine number 1.
Starting engine 1.
Starter valve open.
We'll monitor the engine start in here. So what we're looking for, very similar to the any other aeroplane. So N2 rotation is here, so we have N2. We have oil pressure rising, and if you look over here, you have
20%
M1.
N2.
20% N2, fuel on.
Fuel on.
Monitor the EGT.
Light up.
There we are, so there's ignition. EGT is increasing, make sure it doesn't exceed the starter limit, which is, I have no idea. But burning a mere 800 kilos an hour, I understand. Obviously, we're quite far away from the engines here.
Starter off.
These old engines really do look a bit tin can compared to the newbies,
Engine
but they are tin
stabilised.
can. What are they? The Pratt & Whitney JT9Ds, aren't they? Right, starting engine number... what is it? 2. Starting engine number 2.
Starting engine 2.
Starter valve open.
Have a listen outside. Oh, a bit of thunder as well, brilliant. Well, it was forecast. Oh, it's just epic. Wow, that'll be fuel on now.
Fuel on.
Amazing. Cheers, Rosie, I'm back. Good as gold. Never been better.
Just about done here. Go ahead and set your parking brake.
Parking brake set.
Perfect, only got one more engine
And
left.
we're disconnecting the tow. Give me just a moment.
Starter off.
Get starting engine number 3.
Starting engine 3.
Starter valve open.
Beautiful.
Engine stabilized.
There we are. That's the wing view. This thing is loud. I know overpaying. It's the best sounds. They're so good.
20% N2.
Fuel on.
There you go. You can watch the lights up from in here. Oh, I should be unicoming. Remember, there is a VATSIM event where we're going to as well, so I've got to mix in with all the commercial jet traffic. Oh, there's a bit of traffic going in. Good.
And we're disconnected. Signal and pin on the left. Take it easy and have a safe flight.
Perfect. Right, we've
Engine
got
stabilized.
4 good engine starts. Let's now do the before taxi flow. So, generators on. APU is off. Close the split system breaker. Start continuous. We'll put those to flight start later. Probe heat on. Anti-ice not required. Air conditioning and pressurization. So we'll put these to auto, and we'll give them some conditioned air for now, but they'll have to come off for takeoff. Flaps to 10. Flight controls.
Flaps 10.
Full forward, full back, left and right. Here comes the rudders, left and right. Beautiful. Recall. We don't have just anti-skid hydraulics, which is normal. And now we'll start it before after start checklist. V1 messed up Sid on this thing straight into a mountain. Agency was not happy. I know, I was watching live, Douglas. It was hilarious. I pitched in some advice. He turned too early to get mounted. I was in tears. Right, after start checklist.
After start checklist.
Flight recorder.
On.
The wipers on.
Start switches.
Off.
Beacon lights.
On.
Brake pressure.
Oh, was that wiper not working?
Check.
Oh, it's the other way. That's why.
Start levers.
And the wipers work as well.
Idle detent.
Felis, if you're in chat, can
Engine
you
NDI.
can you do something with the wipers? They get a bit floppy.
Electrical panel.
At least they work. They do clear
Check.
water.
Pack valves.
Thanks, SB2008. Been doing just
Dual
well,
warning
thank
lights.
you. Adapting well.
Out. Hydraulic panel. Check. Flight recorder. On. After start checklist completed.
Perfect. So the next checklist is the taxi checklist. So we'll do that after we've commenced taxi. Let's turn on the inboard and turn off lights. And we'll unicom. Just to make sure that's working. It's Algiers. Traffic. Alpaca 74 Charlie Bravo taxi to runway 23. Excellent. Wiper flex confirmed. Do not shave the wipers. They've always been floppy. Right.
Minimums.
So taxi routing, going to go straight ahead, right Alpha 6, then make sure we take this left here, Bravo, and it's all the way down. Remember, we're going to take Foxtrot intersection departure.
Parking brake release.
Good, we'll do a config check, make sure there's no takeoff warning horn. All good. Start our taxi. We're fully loaded, but remember we don't have a huge amount of fuel for this aircraft. Liam, 65 months as a member, that's almost 5.5 years. Thank you very much. Nice to see you back in the 747, and congratulations on the new alpaca. Thank you very much, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for your support as a member and moderator. What does the cabin crew want?
Cabin ready.
Excellent. So now I think that's all done. We can call for their seats for departure now.
Cabin crew, take your seats.
Felis, see you have the new extra bright screens, new X-Plane 12 lighting, broke all the colours, hope they'll fix it, otherwise I'll have to make panel texture just black. I mean, it looks good to me, buddy. Because we're so high up, look, we're doing 12 knots, but it looks like you're going much slower. Let's do a little taxi pass. Oh! See my tiny wipers, look. Sim is excellent. God, baby. The thunder as well. Oh, I've just massively drifted off my taxi line. Look how high up we are. That guy's just turned his taxi light on, so it's giving way. How much noise would you like? Yes. Close the start valve. Oh yeah, thank you. Well spotted. Right, better get this weather radar on. Put this to normal. Let's see if we can pick up any weather here. Oh yeah, there's weather around, look. There's a few... Oh, I don't know, it's all green, isn't it, with this weather radar? Obviously we have yellow and red based off the intensity of the precipitation. Looks like to the east there's some weather around. So slight right, slight left. Zib says, what speed do you normally taxi in the 737? Well, one's ever really suitable for the conditions, but on a straight line, on a taxiway, maximum speed is 30 knots. But generally, on a long straight, we'll go up to 25, 30 knots. It's not a problem. 10 knots, it turns of around 90 degrees. Beautiful. So we're going to take the sort of second left. Carry on straight on though, we'll enter an active runway. So always be quite vigilant when taxiing. Obviously, we're very lucky to have the moving map here. There's been so many runway incursion incidents in the aviation industry in the past sort of year or two, quite well documented. So, especially with some of the US airports with quite complex taxiways. I think we've all seen that BizJet that entered the active runway with the Southwest 737 had to go around about a month or two ago. So, always very vigilant. One of our operational risk areas at my operator is runway incursion, and just be very vigilant whilst taxiing. Nick, thank you very much. 49 months as a member on the channel. Congratulations to both you and Joe on the little flight deck sim alpaca. Thank you very much, buddy. I hope you're doing well. It's very kind. You're most welcome. Zips, thanks for popping in. Alright, slight left turn. I mean, we're doing 18 knots now. And we're all clear left. And now it's a very long taxi all the way to runway 23. Again, we would probably have departed 27 in real life, but we've just got a slight issue with the ortho tile, which would have gone off-roading on our takeoff roll. Alright. We'll run number 4, takeoff checklist in a second. I mean, this is how loud it would be. Look at the spray effects on the wheels as well. Trying to stay on the taxiway best as I can. Ah, not too bad. I know, that's the whole point. Every day says just joined where we're flying to today, so we're flying from Algiers, Algeria to Casablanca in Morocco. I'll show you on a map, sir. If we just zoom out. Just get rid of fancy traffic. There we are. So there's Europe, there's North Africa. So I downloaded Ortho, and we might not be able to see anything today because there's quite a lot of cloud around. But we're taking 15 minutes extra fuel from weird weather. Dave Cat, first stream as a papa. Yeah, this is it. This is my first stream as a dad. Crazy. Right, we'll run the taxi checklist in a second. We'll get up to sort of 30 knots. There we are. What a horrible day. Scotty T, what do you call a newly qualified pilot / dad? A one diaper, a first vomiter. Someone asked for dad jokes. They were terrible. Scotty T, you're gonna have to come back. Cheers, buddy. Hassan, congrats Sam, this new beta. Maybe fall in love again with X-Plane. No more orange clouds 24/7. True. Yeah, the clouds en route. Well, you decide how you think they look. I was really impressed. One thing I don't like though is Ortho, and some airports they have a nice sort of texture effects. They look a little better, but these photo effects they don't look great. I don't know what difference that is. Awesome. Right, let's run this checklist.
Taxi checklist, please.
Flaps. Flaps 10.
So here's
Flaps
Echo
10.
2. It's
Takeoff
Foxtrot
data.
2 is the
EPR
next
and
intersection for
airspeed
departure.
Set and cross check.
Trust speed 30 knots.
Stabilizer trim.
Set in green band.
Probe heat.
On.
Flight controls.
Check.
Yaw dampers.
Perfect.
Check.
Seatbelt
List them in.
and shoulder
Could you
harness.
Check.
could you put that in Ortho 4XP
APU.
channel and show me what I need to select
Off.
to do that?
Fuel heat. Off. Totalizer and growth
I always
rate.
build a level 17
Set.
tile around the airport and then
engineer
15
and
on
pilot
route, just do some
panels.
manually.
Check. Aft cargo heat. Normal. Seatbelt and shoulder harness. Check. Taxi checklist completed.
Perfect. So next is the before takeoff.
Before takeoff checklist.
Icing considerations.
So packs come
Check.
off.
Cabin alert.
Check.
Transponder.
Oh, actually, here's our intersection. Ah, no, I forgot something. Transponder.
Check.
There we are.
Ignition.
Flight start. Working on it.
Flight start.
Body gear
We
steering.
can skip that because we need to wait until we
Damn.
line up.
Pack valves. Closed. Pressurization
So
mode
10 knots for the
selector.
turn.
Auto. Fuel boost pumps. On. Cross feed valves. Check. Before takeoff checklist completed.
Perfect. There we are. So, don't think there's any traffic on line. I'll just check. That's him. No, all clear. No one on. Oh, there is someone on finals. Good job I checked. Look at that. Or there's either that or they're hovering over the Algiers NDB. Well, I'm on Unicom. I've not heard anyone talk. Algiers traffic, hello, it's Alpaca 74 Charlie Bravo, holding short runway 23 ready for departure. There's that aircraft is on short final. We'll just wait until he lands.
Algiers traffic is 15 Delta, taxi to runway 23 via Alpha 1, Alpha 5, Bravo 5, Bravo 6, Delta 1, Echo 1.
There he is, look.
1 and go. Algiers.
Algiers traffic, Alpaca 154 heavy, lining up.
There he is.
Off runway 27, Algiers.
Perfect, so someone's lining up on 27, we're on 23. There's the traffic on short finals. Good job I checked that map. Alrighty, so yeah, we're doing intersection departure. Worked on my test sector, but yeah, it said we needed, was it 2,800 meters or something? It's tight, but it's doable. Right, so we'll just do we're ready for departure on this checklist. I'll just do my own operators one. So config we checked, flaps we have 10 green lights, stab trim set for departure 4.5 units. The air conditioning panel is set, bleeds are on. The departure is going to be the Churchill 1 Alpha. Basically, we're going to climb straight ahead, 400 feet, immediate right turn to intercept 326 outbound to Selba, 30 DME, then a steep left turn to the Churchill NDB, which is 397. And I might as well select that to ADF, but it's not. Because of our position on the ground, we can't pick it up yet, but we'll probably lose it and just use INS to route direct to 1. There we are. That's all reviewed. As soon as this guy has landed and past us, we'll line up and wait. That's all set. And I've done all the PAs and things. Good. Cabin crew prepare for departure. I press number 3. That's all good. Yeah, the engine sounds, if you've not seen me take off in this aircraft before, are just phenomenal. There they are. Is there a jet bridge sound playing in the background? Can't hear anything. What's that? A 37? I don't even know what that is. 320, isn't it? 320. Can't see it for the rain on the windscreen. Ah. Always flared a bit too high. Floater. I mean, we're 1,000 metres to the threshold here. Get it down. He's down. There we are. I think he's down. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Let's line up.
Parking brake set.
Nope.
Parking brake released.
A little bit of thrust. There we go. Now back to 74 Charlie Bravo, lining up, runway 23. Oh, I meant to say Agadir traffic, aren't I? Oh, it's 321, is it? You know I don't know my Airbuses. Oh, he's quickly vacating as well. Superb. Well, I hope my takeoff performance calculations all worked out well. Alright, I'll try and judge my line up. Oh, it's so high up in a 747. Something like this. Oh, aircraft taxis so nicely in the sim as well. Oh, feel like I'm stopping. Yeah, it's a little bit early turning right. Okay, there we are. Alright. So flight... Oh, no, not yet. Flight director's on. So that's matching the heading. We've got the pitch up attitude set and then immediately turn to 400 feet. So, Toga's in chat, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to put the EPR on, set 1.1 MPR, and then we'll set takeoff thrust. Here we go. Start the timer as well. Perfect. That is running. Excellent. I'll just turn VATSIM down. There's no controllers. Cool. Alpaca 74 Charlie, right, take off runway 23. Body steering, thank you. Thank you. Always forget that one. Here we go.
Stabilized.
Perfect. Stabilized. Thanks, engineer. Set takeoff thrust. Beautiful. There we are. Takeoff thrust set. Indications normal. Airspeed's alive.
80 knots.
Perfect. Release forward pressure. Oh, so good this sim. Look at it.
V1.
Hands off the thrust.
Rotate.
Up we go. Oh, more than enough runway. Airborne.
Positive rate.
Gears coming up.
Gear up.
I'll wait till 400 feet. 400 feet, right turn. So, I'll just match a heading.
Pull up.
I accidentally pressed the EGWS test.
Gears up.
So the nose wants to come down in the turn. That's quite a common secondary flight control. Oh. I'll try and do a flyby view. There we go. Right over the airport. Okay. Beautiful. So we're pretty much right over the airfield in the VOR. So we're just sort of going to go straight outbound on 326. And now I'm going to accelerate the aircraft. I'm just going to turn off the flight director here because it's not really using any of the information. So I want to just lower the nose now to accelerate. Go to around 10 degrees nose up, trim nose down. There we are. We can now go to flap. Wait a second. Flap 5.
Flaps 5.
Go to EPR climb. Just keep trimming nose down. Flaps to 1. Just do about 1,000 feet per minute. That radial should come in any second. Here it comes. And flaps up.
Flaps up.
Beautifully in trim. We're intercepting the 326 outbound. We now need to wait till 30 miles out. Get these wipers off. There we are, there's 250 knots. We're going to start pitching up to maintain 250. Beautiful. All in trim, 250 knots. Climb thrust set. So get some automation in. Command A. IS holds. Outsell. Vorlock. So now it's going to follow the VOR outbound and it's now maintaining 250 knots. Beautiful. Let's do the after takeoff checklist. Gears off. Just notice a slight split in the thrust levers. Ooh. I've noticed this. If you sometimes turn the auto throttle on, I need to talk about Felis there for some feedback. Right, it needs to get some pressurisation on. After takeoff checklist.
After takeoff checklist.
It's horrible out there.
Gear lever. Off. Landing and logo lights.
Damn.
Uh-oh. Well, I'm not at 10,000 feet yet, so we can skip that. Ah! Skip.
Ignition.
Check.
Beautiful.
Belts and no smoking sign.
Check.
Back valves. Open. Fuel heat. This.
So just maintain 250. That's just a target reference. Need to turn the fuel heats on auto.
Auto. After takeoff checklist completed.
Perfect, there we are. So we're outbound on the 326. Next thing will be 30 miles left, turn to Selba. And you can see actually we're picking up the ADF now. So picking up the NDB, the ADF's pointing towards the NDB. And we can get the nav aid, Charlie Hotel Echo, so we turn up ADF here at Frigate Static. So you could just simply fly direct to the bearing now if you wanted to. Point the heading, but we'll get out to 30 miles. And then we'll make the turn as per the flight plan. So let's turn that down. Perfect. Yeah, so I've noticed with this add-on, if I just turn on yoke cam, if I disconnect the auto throttle here, there's a slight split and you turn the auto throttle on, it maintains that split Felis look. So could you make a change so it matches the thrust lever? So when you turn the auto throttle, any split on the thrust levers it maintains. So if I now match it manually like that, as best as I can, now turn the auto throttle on, it now matches. And that's when I'm using the 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 option. So could you make it so when you turn the auto throttle on, they match perfectly? That would be a great help. Boop boop, I'm an NDB, that is correct. Alrighty, so we're passing flight level 100 now, so what we're going to do is bug the target speed, which is 307 knots. We're going to go to vertical speed, just pitch to about 1,000 feet per minute, but we'll leave the auto throttle in EPR, and then we'll accelerate to 307 knots, then go back to indicated airspeed hold. I just realised your camera's on. So 18 miles, still navigating beautifully to Selba. Oh, sorry, what was that ATC? Route direct to Churchill, thanks. Right. Waypoint change, 01, insert. Let's switch now to INS. Thanks, ATC, most kind. INS engaged, direct left turn. Yeah, Lucas, yeah, I've still got the NDB here, still pointing towards it, so obviously I've switched to INS now. Shift, good to see some. Appreciate old school instrument navigation. Hey, it's the way. It's the way I learned. Oh, I think we might need a bit of engine anti-ice on here. 6 degrees, yes. So do I have to put? I should probably put the ignition to flight and engine anti-ice on. Approaching 307 knots. There we are. So now IS hold. Perfect. Felis, how's the volume, guys? You want me to turn the sim down slightly more? It's obviously the airflow. There is a single motor on the throttles and Flight Engineer has to set them manually. I may look to it. For now, you could just click in the middle, scroll across arrow's mouse, and they will be in line. Oh, really? Ah! So if I disconnect it, re-engage it like that. See, there's the split. You still get the split, Felis. If you engage it like this, and obviously I've got asymmetric thrust here, but obviously I've got the option in here, what's it called? Options. the
40, 30,
I can't remember what it's called
20,
now.
10.
2 thrust levers option basically. So the only way I could do it is to set it manually like that and then turn it on. Thank you.
Did I miss the barrel roll on departure? Congrats again, Mr. Dad.
Do a barrel roll!
Cheers, V1. Thank you very much indeed. Hope you're doing well. Oh, thank you indeed. V1 Simulations, the father himself, well, I won't repeat what he told me. I think he got a few children, but thank you very much for popping in. I'm just the community have been in contact, and they said, we saw you in V1 Sim stream. We need you to stream the Felis to show how it's done. A Boeing pilot in a Boeing plane is best at home. I'm not joking. I remember saying in Discord, I was in tears. My favourite part was the bit when you were inverted and the terrain was coming up, but you somehow, from the brink, salvaged and recovered to safe flight. I hope the rest of the uneventful. I actually subscribed to a Blondorico, or whatever it's called, channel. I was waiting for his video, but alas, you survived. Thanks, buddy. Oh, dearie me. Anyway, INS is on. All the throttles all matched up now. Perfect. Sorry, Scott just said, how are you? How are we doing, flight sim to deck? Congrats on your run. Thank you very much. Doing just fine. We are in the Felis 742 today in X-Plane 12.2 beta in some horrible inclement conditions. In fact, I'm just smashed through this weather without even monitoring, but I think we're all clear actually. Working good. Black Dog, incredible flying. What, me or V1? That's it, Listerman. Felis, yeah, see, throttles are not responding if you have the option for auto throttle. Not trying to fix that. Maybe I'll make some logic that if auto throttles engage, throttles would slowly sink. That would be great. So that's, yeah, if you could have insert some code or logic saying that when you turn the auto throttle on, if there's any splits, they automatically sink. I know, not exactly realistic, but within the constraints of a desktop simulator, quite useful. V1 says, yeah, but did you die? Well, I've survived, but you survived as well. I was waiting for you to plummet into that mountain. Both, of course, in Black Dog. Madbat UK V1 Simulations, why don't you ask Flight Sim where the aft cargo temperature switch is? Here it is. I know where it is. It's here. There you go. Did V1 struggle to find that switch? Anyway, have a look at this. Already beginning to see the improved clouds and lighting effects, apart from what I could only describe as Mario Kart Ghost appearing there in the window. And there are some weird lighting and artifacts bleeding through the cloud, but yeah, looking good. Anyway, there's our navigation. Already inbound to Churchill. We can get rid of the SID chart. Sort of routed direct, and then all the rest are INS waypoints. We can tune in the next to VOR, which is Ahmed Ben Bella 114.0. So that's active. 170 miles to run. Might just put it on box 1 and 2. Great. I know one thing I did forget to do: set standards. That is set. Perfect. Ghost Cloud, I know. Who played Mario Kart on the N64? You know what I mean? If you fell off the track, that little ghost with the fishing pole would come and collect you. That's what the pixel-loaded cloud looked like just then. Listerman, is the flight deck a bit brighter? I can't really say so. I think Felis mentioned, obviously, they've changed things here. X-Plane have, or Lamina have, and developers are going to have to adjust the textures now for the new changes. I think because we're still below cloud, it's not as bright, sort of simulating the fact we're in the shade here, but we'll see what happens when we get above the cloud here. Just anti-ice off for now. So we'll maintain 307 knots indicated till we convert to Mach. Pan cruise Mach is Mach 0.85. Just make sure we're pressurising. Oh, I've just accidentally... all good. I accidentally moved the ESS AC bus to off using my rotary knob whilst trying to zoom in to check the pressurization. I hope all is well in the aeroplane. Pressurization's good. Diff pressure 6.2 psi. Cabin altitude slowly climbing. Right, just check all systems. Autopilot, autothrottle's in. We continue. INS on. Yeah, but would you use instrument lighting during those conditions? No. To be fair, during the day like this, you wouldn't. It wouldn't be as dark as this. So I think there's still probably some tweaks needed. Dave Cat, did they fix the weirdness when flying through clouds? I mean, it's going to be loud. Hold on, let me just turn the outside sounds down. Yeah, that's looking a lot better now. Can you remember you got some weird grainy textures? Actually looking much better. I think we're just about on top of this cloud as well. Just put the engine anti-ice back on. Seatbelts, no smoking signs can come off as well. So flight time around 1 hour 40. We've been airborne for about nearly 15 minutes. We should be there in about an hour and 25. We'll look at some of the release notes of the beta anyway. It's very unlike me to use betas in desktop sims. I usually like to stick to the full last release build, but so many people were asking, if you fly X-Plane, can you try the beta? It's very easy to switch into, it's just a tick box. But yeah, as we get above the cloud here, I think it's getting a little brighter in the cockpit, so you see how the cockpit lighting is becoming less effective. That's quite realistic. Beautiful. I think we've got a bit of a headwind on this sector as well. Yeah, 216 at 63 at the moment. So yeah, we've got a headwind. I like to default to the distance time, so you know how many miles and minutes it takes to get to your next waypoint. Felis, check MCP settings now. Yes, so this is what I have on, 2-axis throttle. But if I have a split in the thrust levers and then turn on the auto throttle, it maintains that split. Ooh. I'm not going to change any of that stuff midstream. There we are. I don't think the clouds are as good as Microsoft Flight Sim 2024, but they're an improvement. And once we get another sort of 7,000 feet to our cruise level, we'll see it looks really nice. Oh, check IS hold. Cool, crikey. Well spotted. Yeah, excellent. Whoops, that was lucky. What have I been in? Pitch hold. There we are. So it's maintaining whatever my present indicated airspeed is. Just on EPR. Add outcell. Thank you. I was just testing you on. Yeah, that's obviously when I switched the power off. Beautiful. So TCAS I should have one above really. Increase the range. No one ahead of us. We're progressing well. Look at all the traffic on VATS. My goodness me. It's just a Tuesday afternoon. Edo says, wear sunglasses in game. How do you do that again? Is it view? Ooh! Yeah, they've definitely improved. I think Microsoft Flight Sim wins, but compared to what we had before, it's looking really good. Just take the engine anti-ice off now. Very nice. Eds, how heavy is the Felis? Pretty good. Comparable to others. I'm getting 45 FPS right now on my system. bear in mind I'm running streaming software, loads of other things in the background as well. Yeah, very promising update, isn't it? That's fantastic. That looks great. A little bit of wing flex in the light turbulence. Get the airflow noise over the wing here. And that's the view. Oh yeah. You see that? You see how the lighting changes when you sort of... So I'm outside, look, and then I go in, and it was different. So what it was before, I think, was a little more realistic. It's still quite dark, especially you can see the lighting. You wouldn't see that during the day. You wouldn't see any cockpit lighting at all. But it is brighter, but I think it could be made a little brighter still, or further changes. Gigi enjoying the conventional navigation aircraft. Lots of people are saying that as well. Glad you're enjoying it too, buddy. Some of that cloud shading looks better than Microsoft Flight Sim. Let's put my sunglasses back on again. Yeah, it does look good. So, I mean, compared to what we had before. That's much better. And the EFB and fuel gauges look much darker now. Yeah, a little bit. I love the reflection here. I mean, that's quite realistic. You obviously got the window, the light reflecting behind you, and if you look at that angle, you don't have it. Yeah, all pressurised. That's good. Right, almost at Mach 0.85 now. Look, so 0.85. We just simply rotate this to Mach hold now, so it's pitching for hold the Mach number. Listen to it. You'd have to go to an older stream and compare. My Empire is not impressed. He thinks it looks like Flight Sim 2004. See, I've used that, so I don't think so. I do think the clouds do look better in Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. But this is excellent. See what happens when we get to the cruise. It's completely overcast here. Fuel gauge have a bluish tint. Yes, they do, don't they? So I guess that's an impact of the lighting change. Could well be Spitfire. Alright, pegged on 0.85, and we have 3 to go. Yeah, it rise in the UK today. I know, our glorious weather we've had. It's got a little cooler and colder of late. Pete said in Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 we had the clouds looking like ash clouds from a volcanic eruption. I remember on the early streams, yeah, it was like black grey. Like really something you wouldn't go anywhere near in real life. In 2024 they look better. These in X-Plane 12 look fine, but just remember what we had prepared. We've come a long way, absolutely. But you do get this sort of really bright look. Yeah, you see obviously there's still some lighting changes here, but yeah, that's fantastic. That looks really good. Great FPS. 0321 short. A couple of years ago we were tweaking clouds draw distance with 2D clouds because they would break performance. Now volumetric clouds, as far as you can see, yeah, that's what we needed for ages, and no real performance impact. I do have my clouds graphics set to maximum as well in X-Plane 12 in the settings, but I'm not getting any massive performance impact from it. Traffic ahead, look. Awful system to work out where they are, but 40 miles, it's about 20 I guess. Obviously the cruise performance is dropping off now. Sorry, the climb performance. It gets a little less dense. 100 miles to run until we get to the Oscar Romeo Alpha VOR. Superb, Adam. So, as I mentioned in my community post, my lovely fiance was saying, you know, we've been here with baby for over a week, and last week we're just settling in. She said, oh, you need to do a couple of streams before you go back to work. So, penciled in today for this. On Thursday, I'm hoping, pending no changes, to do a sort of return to flying preparation stream for myself. So I've not flown for nearly a month and a half, and I'm actually coming up to the point at which I'd actually have to have a flight with another training captain. I'm close to that limit, but not exceeding it. And when I go back flying this weekend, I'm straight into line training as an LTC. So I'm just going to do maybe 2 sectors, probably only time for 1, but we're going to may be flying to airports that I am flying to in the next week or 2. I'm thinking between Berlin and Milan Bergamo, not giving away too much with the second airport, I hope, and just have a look at the airport airfield briefings and fly the NG again. And it's more a, you know, one of the pro things about, or the positives about these desktop simulators, they're not official training devices, but I can use them for cockpit familiarity and just getting back into the flow of things. So I'm hoping on Thursday, I think between Berlin and Milan, it's for 2 sectors, a little too long a stream for, you know, obviously I don't want to leave Joe the baby too long. We're working together as well as a team. So, but at least 1 sector. Whether I take the Zibo or the PMDG 738 or the iFly Max, I haven't decided. I might actually look at see what aircraft type I'm flying on Saturday. If it's a Max, I might take the Max. If you know, I won't give any specific details on any dates and flights, but thank you very much for your interest nonetheless. Sounds like the real ops I need to do in the sim. Yes, probably. Well, we're hauling our way up to flight level 380, so I'm actually going to change the EPR now to Mach hold. I'm actually going to go to VS and just do a really, really shallow climb. Just set the, there's 8.5, so I just want to get to Mach hold. So the autothrottle's now prioritising Mach. I'm just going to do a very slight climb to vertical speed. So the autothrottle's going to slowly reduce thrust now as we maintain a Mach number. Welcome, Yim Ivan, thank you very much for subscribing. Kat says, is Berlin-Brandenburg a real airport or just something in my imagination? No, it's real now. It was Schönenfeld. And then just built another runway and airport next to it, call it Berlin-Brandenburg, and shut, what was it called? It's Tempelhof, I can't remember. We did a stream into Tempelhof when it shut, didn't we? Last, when it shut in real life, we did 1 more flight in Tempelhof. Tegel, that was it. What did I say? I don't remember. Oh, Tegel was the west. I can't remember. But I did fly into Berlin when it was Berlin-Schönenfeld. Perfect, there we are. We're in the cruise. Map point 85. And we'll settle in nicely. We'll do a fuel check at Oscar Romeo Alpha. Right now, unfortunately just settling, but we're burning around 510, about 11 tonnes an hour of fuel. It's minus 51 degrees. Pressurization's good. Cabin altitude 6,000 feet. Diff pressure's about 8.5 psi. Oh. So it was at 38,000 feet. Is that the sim just changed the QNH or something? It's not an outset. I'll just climb her up now to flight level 380. That was it. I was getting all confused. Tegel, Schönenfeld, and Tempelhof. Schönenfeld was combined with Tempelhof. Oh, I can't remember. No, Schönenfeld and Brandenburg sort of bolted on, wasn't it? Let's watch our speed there. 85's about that. There we are. Out sail's gone to green. Perfect. John, what's your favourite approach to flying real life? Some of your favourites. Malta's one of my favourite destinations. I've not been there for a long time. Corfu I love, so long as the weather's behaving itself, which often it isn't. It depends. If it's really crappy weather, I like somewhere with many ILSs and many runways. If the weather's beautiful, I like to do some of the challenging approaches. Waterfall's on Mach hold, isn't it? Yeah, perfect. There we are. Cruising along nicely. So we'll probably sat in the cruise for about 40 minutes before we start our descent. Unfortunately, all that beautiful Ortho 4XP I downloaded cannot be seen, but we're right on the north coast of Africa. If I have a little look outside, see if we can see anything. No, we can't. The clouds definitely look nice. Look at some of the release notes for the beta as well. Jordan, have you done VO Alpha into Lanzarote? I have. My operator, we fly that as a VS only approach. So you come in level, you fully configure to land level flight, and at the descent point you start a descent at vertical speed. And then about 3 miles, I think it is, top of my head, you disconnect, fly between 2 hills and land. So yeah, it's a nice challenging approach, that one. Last time I went into Lanzarote, I flew it, had to go around, because we weren't visual at 2,000 feet, the minimum is super high. And then we landed on 0.3. Just forgot to turn lights off at 10,000 feet. Mate, went to Corfu, it felt like I was landing on an aircraft carrier. Yeah, Corfu's a short runway. When you're fully loaded, flat 40 in the NG or max, you don't want to be floating too long in Corfu, especially for brake cooling. Incidentally, there's a lovely bar you can go to watch aircraft landing. I think I've seen several videos from there as well. Peter, beautiful Seaver INS aircraft, can't wait for the 741 in 2024. Yes, that's PMBG, isn't it? They're making the classic 74 there. If you ever want to fly to Madeira, my operator does fly there. I don't do the training, nor am I qualified to, so maybe one day. Adam says, a shame Corfu isn't a summer base for a certain Irish low-cost carrier, like last season. Would have loved to do some ops out of it. Yes. I didn't realise low-cost carrier is no longer having a summer base then. But yeah, that would be great if you're young, single, and ready to mingle. What a base. Right, let's have a look at the release notes for Explain 12. Oh, my sense of humour. Right. Right, you can see my tabs. It's the sort of stuff I've been looking at, guys. My tabs here, look. Baby Basics, Start for Life at NHS. Anyway, that's not what I want to look at. It is what's new in Explain 12. Take care, 0321 short. See you shortly. This Explain update you've been waiting for. Strive to make Explain more immersive, realistic, and visually stunning. Keep reading if better cockpit lighting, improved sky colours, or our revamped cloud systems are interesting to you. So they've finally recognised and have or are fixing or working to fix dark cockpits, which has been an issue pretty much since the release of Explain 12. I don't know the exact sort of logic behind it, but they're talking about modelling the retina of the eye, but I think they finally realised it's an issue and are looking to fix it. Brendan, thanks, 2 years of member, buddy. Finally got the alpaca emoji. How is life as a parent going? Thank you very much, Brendan, for your support for the last couple of years. Most appreciated, and welcome to the 2-year alpaca emoji club. Going very, very well. It's a lot to learn. Everyone who has given me advice, both family, friends, and here, has been very helpful. But she is generally keeping to the routine of eat, poop, wind, sleep. And we like to read to her. And I'm learning all the nursery rhymes again. So I can sing when changing nappies. But yeah, we're doing. We think we're doing well. As new parents. It's a daunting new task, and navigating it seems tricky. But she seems to be quite content. Everyone has said, especially our parents. My mum and Joe's mum said she's a very content baby, isn't she? So I was like, yes, that's great. Anyway, thanks, buddy. So dark cockpit fix, so interior rendering improvements, exposure fusion, so things like that. Yeah, look, light and not looking so dark, which is good. So if we do a fly JSIMS dash 400. Anyway, that's what they're working on. Sky brightness. But yeah, you can see outside. Yeah, I mean, look, much better. Brandon, I call for vote for you to sing one of those nursery rhymes. No. Sky was more as twice as bright as needs to be. This meant that our interior exposure was clipped to heavy blacks. Yeah, well, that was an awful problem. So I think what's with all the Disney references and SpongeBob SquarePants? Is that SpongeBob? I think so. Better. So that was before, look. and now after. No, it's not exactly clear, but you can tell the improvement. Engine upgrades to make the graphics of the engines better. So I guess developers will need to update their aircraft and use the new tools available from Laminar Research to improve things. Cloud rendering as well. Well, I'm noticing great performance with clouds on maximum state. So this is to do with a new system called AGX, which improves colour accuracy. Okay, colour accuracy. So they used ACS before. Okay. Improved sky rendering, clouds and lighting. Cloud rendering overhaul. Well, we can see already. We'll see how they are on descent as well. Shadows cast by clouds now consider cloud density and earth curvature, creating smooth gradients at sunrise and sunset. I have to say sunrise and sunset has been very, very good. Yeah, that's much better. You do get these sort of reds and purples. Train lighting simulator now cancel cloud coverage, improving realism, how light interacts with environments. Realistic shadows as well. Yeah, the scenery, I mean the airport scenery enhancement is great, but the textures are getting further improvements as well. Roads, weather effects too. 800. This is what I think makes X-Plane great. The gateway updates. So community members can edit any airport in the sim and make improvements, and the contributions are then shipped with each X-Plane update. It makes the default airport so good. Butter or nursery rhyme, said Cat. No. Well, HC we're not bothered about. We will never use that on this channel. But yeah, brakes, parking brakes, wheel chocks. Aircraft designers now have a new parking brake system to play with. Both hydraulic and mechanical locking methods. So improvements for the default aircraft. So yeah, that's just an overview. They have full release notes as well. Talks about if you do use the beta, perhaps backup or removal plugins. I haven't, seems to work okay. But I think if you have any plugins or add-ons associated with things that affect your lighting or clouds, remove them before the update. Cool. Right, let's just do a little fuel and time check. Bear in mind we took an additional 3 tons of fuel, which only equates to 15 minutes on this aircraft. Just bring up my operational flight plan for myself. There we are, approaching Oscar Romeo Alpha. There's INS making the left turn for us. That's waypoint 2. So we should have 18.7 tons. So we should have, with the extra 3 tons, 19, 20, 21.7. So we've got 21.5. So we've probably used 200 kilos of extra fuel, which in this is nothing. And we should have burnt 10.9 tons. So fuel used there, 2.7. Perfect. So 454, 10.8. And this is showing 10.8. Perfect. So fuel burn is exactly matching what we're expecting. Superb. Let's have a little catch up here, chat. Dashcam high flight sim, what controller plugin are you using to switch camera views all so nicely? It's the default X-Plane 12 camera system. It's brilliant. I've always used these controls in Microsoft Flight Simulator to set it up to use the same numpad commands, but the camera system in X-Plane 12 is, in my opinion, far superior to the one in Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's good in Microsoft Flight Sim, but it's sort of logical and easy to use in this sim. Adam, what are your PC specs out of curiosity? I'm sure one of the mods, there you are, Listerman's going to pop them up so you can see in stream as well. Hello Victor, Foxtrot, thanks for popping in here as well. Spitfire says, well, I've got to go feed my parents' doggos since they're both out late. Catch you all another time. Thanks for popping in. If you're still here, buddy, take care. Saw Cat's comment about nursery rhyme or butter. We'll see. aka no. Lily says, hi Captain, have you been having issues with VRAM on this beta? Not in X-Plane. I have had issues with VRAM in Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. My 3080 has only got 12 gig or 10 gig of VRAM, so I am running out of it here, but not noticed that issue in this sim. Pouring Water says, don't forget to start saving some money for flight trading in the next 16 years. Oh dear. Peter, just seen you're going to become a new parent in September. Hang in there, man. Thank you very much for popping in. I'm hanging just fine, and congrats. Hope it all goes well. Giggy, have you done a circle to land recently in line operations? No. Last circle to land I did was in Carcassonne. But they have RNAV now to 2.8, so and I only did that as a first officer. Never done one as a captain. I've been a skipper now for 6 years now. Hopefully Chase Plane gets released to the public soon on Microsoft Flight Sim. I've never used that, but I think it's a really good camera tool, isn't it? Sim, not my sort of plane to fly, but this 747 looks amazing. Yeah, I mean, the Felis 742 is the best classic jet airliner available. So good. Cabin could do a bit. It's a leakage of the beacon lights, but yeah, I think obviously the cabin isn't the area that gets the most attention, but it does have a cabin. So we'll make our way down the spiral staircase. We are fully loaded, although we can't see any of the passengers. That's the iconic view for the 7.4, isn't it, out the window? Look at that. Yeah, the clouds, guys, what do you think? I think they look much, much better. This one says cabin's only still FPS anyway. Well, that is true, and I do like the fact that is it any builds in the A350? Or am I thinking of another add-on? No, is there A350? You can actually turn the cabin on and off. Oh, what aircraft is that? I can't remember which one it is. You can turn the cabin off and on with a press of a button, which I really like. So if you're in the cockpit, you're not in the cabin, you just turn it off. It gives you a big FPS boost. Alex forgot to board the passengers. Yes, you'll have to use your imagination. AVR Hot Lap says, congrats on little one, I hope you're well, great content as always, thank you very much buddy, and thanks to kind words. Very loud back here. All the Tony's buses, oh really? No, it was an aircraft in my, oh no, I know which aircraft it was the fly-by-wire A380, that was it. You can turn the cabin off clicking one of the hooks, coat hooks. Yeah, 380. And have different variants. Okay, yeah, the flyby A380, that's a great tool. We've got some good suggestions, different aircraft you'd like me to fly. I'm back to work, and as I said, streaming will be a bit sporadic. Well, it always is on this channel, but there might be some bigger gaps. Now, one thing I did in the last week or two on the channel, just over a week ago, was actually upload a couple of videos, which have actually proved quite popular. So the one on the dual engine failure, I think it's over 15,000 views now, so I might do a few more than ones like that in the future. James, thank you very much for the $5, buddy. Hope you're doing very well. Thank you.
Better check those galleys for some butter.
Thank you very much indeed. Plenty of butter back there for me and the Felis 742. No, let's see how we get on. Thank you very much, James. You're a continuous support as both a member and regular contributor on the channel as well. Never any need, but thank you very much. Butter in the galley, love it. Alex, can you do some more of the career mode videos, please? Yeah, where did we get to? Episode 8. Has there been any updates in 2024 with the career mode? AK improvements. I think we thought about doing a Pilates stream, didn't we? In the career, I could charter a Pilates now because I have the ratings. But I am in the market for a new joystick. I've got the Airbus side stick, and I don't know, I've got a bit of a yearning to try helicopter again. We did a couple of helicopter streams in the past on Microsoft Flight Sim, which I quite enjoyed, but my Airbus side stick, what I had used as a collective, the little throttle lever, was completely broken, so I don't want to buy a full helicopter control kit of cyclic and rudder pedals, but my existing rudder pedals will work fine, but a good sort of joystick I can use for other aircraft that are not yoke based, basically. Alex, some of the helicopter career mode would be fun. Yes, we could peter off in the other direction and do some of those missions. Listen, Liam, Wing hardware looks pretty good. Yeah, I've heard a lot about that. So we need to perhaps look at some of the hardware they have. Harry Hibbert says, "Hi Sam, been a while. Congrats to yourself, Joe. So if you both hope you're keeping well. Very well, thank you. Thanks to the kind words. I hope you've been keeping well. Just 2 thanks for popping in today." Same words from Mark Scott as well. Thank you very much indeed. Hope you're doing well. What does she weigh and who does she look like? Joe's hair, my mouth, nothing else. She was 3.36 kilos, 7.6 I think. I won't. I might. Well, I'll accidentally say the name, no doubt, in the stream in the future, but I won't be sort of publicly. And I'm thinking as well, Joe and I had a discussion about is social media. We have a very low profile on social media. You know, my personal Facebook don't have it running basically at the moment, and I wouldn't have it if it wasn't for the fact I run the flight data sim page. But we've decided not to have pictures of our daughter and future children on social media. We uploaded a picture of her face sort of hidden with us three, but sort of she was laying there, you couldn't see her face, and we've got a few friends that are like that as well, and we agree that in this day and age just don't see the need to plaster. Some people do, and that's fine, and that's their choice, but we won't be. Yeah, Michael, the NHS, all the figures were in kilos, just what's in all the maternity notes as well. Right, anyway. We've passed our VOR, I can see the DME now increasing. We're actually approaching Ojd and Fez, and then we actually start our descent around 30 miles before Sadik. ATC should be starting in 20 minutes. I think it was 1600 Zulu. So, we'll tune up Oscar Juliet Delta, which is 17.5, and Fez. Right, that both. It's 15.7. Oh, 17.5 and 15.7. And 15.7. Get your idents, but there we are. We've got the DME for Fez on DME 2 and Oscar Juliet Delta on DME 1. And the alert is approaching the INS waypoint. 2 minutes to go, 13 miles till Oscar Juliet Delta. Cheers, Giga Rally, thanks for the kind words. Listerman says heli flying would profit hugely from an FFB stick using cyclic trim commands, auto-centering. Ooh. Could you use that also as a joystick, Listerman, as well, flying other aircraft? Maya says, by the way, if I could sim, aside from the visible lights, do you think the cockpit should look bright overall? The visible lights could be an I don't know what you're trying to say, that's a madam issue. I think a smidge brighter. Looking here, looking at the monitor as I am now, imagining what I'd see at work, with the sun coming in, a little brighter perhaps, but it's certainly a marked improvement. See how there's still a little bit of exposure when I look down, if it was like this brightness by default. But it's much better. Well, some people have said it looks the same, but I'd have to play back into the stream, but I think it looks much better. Clouds definitely improved. Can't get the window view. There we go. Perfect. About halfway through in the sector. Down there is the north coast of Africa. I've not seen any of the ortho I downloaded. Hi Al, sorry I joined late. Between what 2 points are you flying today? If you ever pop into a stream, I always have, unless I'm doing a sort of fun GA stream or something, the ICAO codes to the airports. You have their Delta Alpha Alpha Golf, which is Algiers, Algeria, and Golf Mike November, which is Casablanca in Morocco. If I show you on my beautiful map, there we are. There's Europe, United Kingdom, Spain, France, here's Algeria, and we're about to cross the border into Morocco. Bar Scott, do you have a preference on nappies? I reckon you will soon. We were using the Aldi brand, which we were told were good. There's a few leakages, and we just thought we'd try Pampers, which are about 5 times the price. They're really good. We haven't had a single leakage. But they are dear, 24 for £5. And I think she'll outgrow that, which is obviously on the baby ones, she'll outgrow those quickly. One thing, what is her name there? One thing our daughter had, I'm going to say it one day, she had a bit of jaundice when she was born, so we had to go do a couple of trips back to hospital each day. It's very common. What jaundice is a yellow twinge of the skin caused by just, I think it's the cord getting cut and the building of red blood cells. In extreme rare cases, high levels of jaundice can cause permanent brain damage. Now, obviously, my daughter was nowhere near that, but as a precaution, they just wanted to do daily checks. You flush it out with milk, and it comes out in their poop. we basically put so much milk in her. We've actually managed to make it full quite quickly, so she's all good now. This spin says, try swiveling your head up and down a bit so the outside view enters the centre of the screen and then see how dark the panel below is. Oh, you see, look, how the lighting just changed. Yeah, you can sort of see it change, can't you? But I wish it was a little brighter still. Oh, no way, James, you're joking. Well, yeah, so we had to go back to the hospital 3 days. So we were discharged last Wednesday, midwife visit day 1, right on the limit between intervention and no intervention, went back to the hospital. And it was the same limit, and just said we don't need to do anything now, just drink as much milk. And we had to do 2 more visits after, so we did 3 more days, and then it starts to fall. Yeah, exactly, Bart Scott, very good. Will says, yeah, you can use FFB for hellos and aircraft. It's even useful for games that don't support FFB, as you essentially have a definitely adjustable dumb stick in that scenario. I need to look into these sort of things. Hungstar says, is this default sim with exception of the add-on? Yes, there's a few plugins and things like volume controls, but no, the scenery and textures is a complete default X-Plane 12. So we've got 19 minutes till the Fez VOR, which we're currently inbound to. And shortly after passing Fez, I've worked out, I'll show you how I calculate it, 30 miles before this waypoint Sadik is when we start our descent. We'll fly the procedural arrival onto the ILS, but we do have ATC here. Hungstar, have you tried Ortho streaming? I haven't. I prefer to download the tiles manually. The reason is sometimes Ortho, as we saw today where I demonstrated, it can impact the runway, make it not so flat, so I like to download it on a stream by stream basis. James, funny as it is actually true. Oh, I believed you, Amber. Love it. Gotta love the Alpaca Airways retro livery, haven't you? Right, talking about Ortho, I didn't need to download any today. Weather should be okay in Casablanca. A bit windy, but otherwise all good. Ed's Aviation, how quick do your tiles download? My internet, zoom level 17, 10 minutes, 15, it can be sometimes 2. So for this stream, I was about 38 tiles. I download the 17 around the airport separately, and then the 15, probably in total the whole lot, about 50 minutes, an hour. Just leave it on. Looks like it's 1975 again. Hey, Double Messina, welcome on board, buddy. All doing well, thank you. Partner's doing just fine, and daughter just as well. Unbelievably, my partner had a C-section, and the recovery she's made is remarkable. Even the midwife said she's already been out in the car. I've told her not to, but she can't sit still. She's got a bit of discomfort in the chest, but they can't believe how quickly she recovered. There's a little bit of Morocco below. Yeah, the clouds have improved, but I think definitely Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 takes the crown for the clouds. From a distance, this angle looks great. Can't zoom in any more than that. Well, no, I generate it myself for every flight. Yeah, for pretty much every flight in X-Plane, apart from obviously night sectors. Let's tune up the Fez VOR on box 2. Box 1. 112 miles and about 30 miles after, so we'll start setting up for descent very soon. Flying on top, flying a boomer jet like the dad you are, absolutely. Welcome, Cold Childers, hope you're doing well. Nice to see you pop in here. Harry says, got to head to work, sadly. Hope the rest of the stream goes well. Congrats again, mates. Take care of yourself. Thank you very much, buddy. Take care and hope you have a good shift. Antigen, going to be doing cross the pond westbound this year. I'm actually off that day, and I'm not going to. I'll tell you why in a second. Don't fancy it anymore. Maybe the next 6 months. Scotty 2, thanks for 5 gifted members. Very kind of you, sir. And I hope you're doing just... total pip, I don't know why I said that. You've gifted 5 members. Rapid Fire, 777, Joe, SDC, Ryan, Novotsky, welcome back. Mark King and Flying Seal. All got gifted members from Scotty 2. Thank you very much, buddy. Hope you've been keeping well. Thank you very much for your generosity. There goes the pings. One more ping, I think. The Flying Seal. Yeah, so cross the pond westbound. I'm free, and I've thought about doing it, but I've enjoyed doing them. The main reason, primarily, is I'm a dad now, and cross the pond is 9+ hours sat at my PC, which is great fun. I enjoy doing them, but I'd rather be... I might stream that day, but some of the members are doing their own mini cross the pond. And last time I sat there, I was waiting an hour and a half for pushback in wherever it was. I enjoyed it, but to stream it again, I've done how many cross the ponds? 5 or 6. But I just wanted a break from doing it this time, and I don't fancy doing the whole day. Next day I'm doing a members group flight, then I'm back to work, and my lovely fiancée very much gives me as much time as I need for this, but to do 2 days streaming then back to work, yeah, I just I didn't fancy it. But it's a good event and well organised, and if you're lucky enough to get a slot, go for it. I might stream that day, but it'll be a mini cross the pond, which I want to do, but I don't wish to spend the entire day sat on my PC. Now I have a daughter, I want to spend time with her, my fiancée, and we want to spend as much time developing it. So I'll do another one, but not this time round. So I've not even applied for a slot or had any intention to participate. Maybe do a plane spotting stream. Possibly. Carl, just do Concorde makes it a little bit more palatable. True. I don't think they like people doing it in Concorde though, do they? And Jin said perfectly reasonable. This year will be my first time since 2021 going to take the MD-11 from Amsterdam to Montreal. Excellent. That's a fantastic aircraft. I took the MD-11 once on across the pond. We did Madrid to JFK, and we were at 32,000 feet the whole way. And we played City Skylines, didn't we? I tell you what, I did actually download the other day. Who here in chat, put your hands up, played Sega's OG release of Theme Hospital? I purchased a game on Steam quite a while ago actually, but I never got around to playing it, but I downloaded and played it, and it's really, really good. I can't remember what it's called now. It's called where is it? And it's still made by Sega. It's basically a remake of Theme Hospital. It's excellent. What's it called? 2 point something. It's 2 Point Hospital. Yeah, I was playing it the other day and I was like, this is brilliant. So Theme Hospital, that's a classic. Hello, Lord Voldemort. With Guardian Leviosa, how high does the Felis 747 have LNAV? It's just Lord Voldemort. What a question. Not anything about, anything else in your Harry Potter world. I only do long hauls while sleeping 80% of the time. Yes, I think that's a good way of doing long hauls. Now, one thing I did do about a couple of months ago with the Indie Builds A350, we did an overnight overhaul. I actually went to bed. Actually, it was quite good fun. Streamed in the evening, went to bed, and landed in the morning. But yeah, that was something a bit different. Maybe I'll do something along those lines this year at some point again. Yes, the guy with the big bloated head, that was it. You play both James Muscat, excellent. Excuse me. Now you can sort of see those change of effects there. So there's 2 layers of clouds. I think these are the clouds above, and you've got a shadow then from those clouds. Where's the sun? No, that won't make sense actually. The sun's behind us. Wait, where is it? No, it's there. Yeah, that would make sense. So it's sort of shining down and projecting a shade there. I should have done that. It's setting in the west. So yeah, no plans for it for now. Josiah Plays. My streams are very much on a sort of when I get some free time basis. I have a very busy 2 blocks at work coming up with only 1 standby. I've got a full block of flying, which I'm really looking forward to, and then a block of sims. So my next window of streaming is after my next box of my days off, but yeah, during my week I'm going to be very busy. Good morning, Anthony. Hope you're doing very well, sir. Coming in from sunny, or should I say sunny Minneapolis? It's probably quite cold still there. Someone on TCAS. Yeah, there's a bit of traffic ahead, about 20 miles, same level. I think we best start thinking about setting up for this approach now. So, let's work out our top of descent point. So I did a little bit of mathematics earlier. We're currently at 38,000 feet. Elevation destination about 600. We'll just call it sea level to keep the math simple. Now, if I bring up my operational flight plans, we need to sort of work out from the start our routing. I should think they'll be landing on the northerly runways. They've got 35 left and right. Yeah, 30015, so definitely landing north. If you press the info button or runways, you can see the headwind component for the runways. There you go, look, yeah, 11 knot headwind, 11 knot crosswind. So we've got a rough idea of what we're going to do when we come in. So via Sadiq, Donas, Bimsik, Godpo, Kotag onto the Sidi Kadim VOR then north. You could use the flight plan to work out your remaining distance. So if you look here, you have all the waypoints log, and you see where it says ARDIS, that's remaining distance. So obviously when we left 636 miles, this will count down at 594, 553, 549, etc. So being at 38,000 feet, we need to descend quite a bit to get down. Ikri, thank you very much, 0002, for your £2 donation. Hope you're doing well, sir. Let's have a little listen to your comment.
For the graveyard shift allowance and nappy fund. All the best, Captain.
Thank you very much, Ikri 0002. We'll put that in the kitty. Thank you very much for your generosity, and I hope you doing just well. Oh, you did hear X-Pilot do a ding. 126.5, let's check in. Just turn up that sim here.
Runway 28, I'm not touch. I've got a question. Is the current runway 28 or 10? Because I have a Norwegian 69 Golf that is certain for dead that runway 10 is currently active. Yeah, we'll take a look into that.
So that's Casablanca control.
Control, good day.
I'm currently route is waypoint number 4. Waypoint number 4 is the Fez VOR.
Alpaca 1975, Casablanca radar, good day. So squawk 5127.
Squawk 5127, Alpaca 1975.
Alpaca 154, identified, flight level 380, clear static, 3 Alpha arrival.
Casablanca radar, good morning, sir. Air France 69 Delta, flight level 350, inbound.
Busy.
Alpaca 154 heavy, clear static, 3 Alpha.
Yeah, HC, the live start, event starts at 1600.
Alpaca 154, when ready. Flight level 160 to be level at static.
Oh, we're going to be very low. I have to recalculate my descent.
When ready, descent level 160 to be level by static. Last station calling, confirm my France 69 Delta.
No.
Last station calling, say again.
Wasn't me.
Casablanca Control, bonjour. Air France 741, flight level 400. We are tracking direct Dubai. Air France 741, Casablanca. Assalamu alaikum. Bonjour.
Assalamu alaikum, that's what I need to say, isn't it?
Confirm 6333 for Air France 741. Yeah, 6333. Repeat 6333, underscore. Yeah, 69 Golf. We
Super
are
busy.
falling short of 0. Is it possible to take off?
So you can see the lighting at this is certainly improved.
118 is active,
Looking
but,
down at the
cannot
cockpit.
take off again, so we need to
Great.
taxi all the way
There's
back.
the ortho as well. Amazing. So busy.
169 Delta, Casablanca, Assalamu alaikum, stand by, call you back. Break, easy 6508, confirmed was you on the holding part?
Richard Simmer says, how can you sit at stars with this plane? Using radials and VORs. We're not RNAV. We can't fly RNAV sit stars in this.
Okay, so first easy 6508 within Marrakesh. 31038 knots, runway 280 for takeoff, report airborne.
Yeah, exactly, just I played you right.
For airborne, E658.
Nordic 69 Golf, is it possible to get takeoff 102 and need to taxi all the way back? No, we can do that, don't worry. Oh, thanks a lot, Nordic 69 Golf.
Casa, salam alaikum, South Packer 74 Charlie Bravo, flight level 380 inbound to the Fez Yard.
Alpaca 74 Charlie Bravo, Casablanca radar, good day, set squawk 5056.
Squawk 5056, Alpaca 74 Charlie Bravo, 5056.
Casablanca radar, good evening, flight 763, flight level 3760 inbound.
Not many events are taking the Felis 742, so let's see how we get on.
Cleared Sadik 1 Alpha arrival. Alpaca 1975, Sadi 1 Alpha arrival. Yeah, correct. And when ready, descend flight level 160 to be level at Sadik. And when ready, descend to flight level 160 level by Sadik, Alpaca 1975. Alpaca 74 Charlie Bravo identified, flight level 380 cleared Sadik 3 Alpha arrival. When ready, descend flight level 160 to be level at Sadik.
And when ready, descend flight level 160 to be level Sadik, and we've cleared Sadik 3 Alpha, Alpaca 74 Charlie Bravo. My brain went blank there. So out hold 160. We need to work out how far away we are from Sadik. So I think I can use a second INS at this, can't I? So if I press waypoint Sadik, waypoint 05, insert. So this is quite useful now. So I've got distance and time to Sadik, but this is the distance and time to the active waypoint. So 34, and this is direct to 05. So we need to be 160 in about, where's my calculator? So, oh, my battery's flat, my calculator's been in here the whole time. I'm always very prepared for this. All about mental maths. So 160 in 11 minutes, basically, and we're at 38,000 feet. Oh, my calculator's just crashed. Great. So we've got to descend a total of 22,000 feet in 11 minutes. So we need to do about 2,000 feet per minute. So we can wait a little bit longer to do it more of an efficient descent. And 160 is set. Rob H, thank you very much for the 5 gifted members. It only plays the first ping there because I've just quickly flashed the alerts off and on again. Thank you indeed. Welcome Ali MSH, Will H, Generation Blowout, Skason and Nova Corp. All got gifted members from Rob H. Thank you very much, Rob. Hope you're doing well. Thank you very much for your support. So, we've got the 160 level at Sadik. We've got INS, well, it will be on box 1 and 2 shortly. And the INS is going to continue taking me towards Bismi. Now, we're cleared on the Sadik 3 Alpha. So, the Sadik 3 Alpha is actually for 3-5 left. So, I'm bearing 261. towards SAC to Bisme. So we're gonna. Where's this 261 bearing? Oh yeah, that's all the way back here. So basically, we're going to continue towards Godpo. Now we'll have to tune up the 200 via Rabat to fly towards Godpo, and then we fly that 261 inbound to Sierra Alpha Kilo. But that's when we get to this point here. Bearing 261. No, hold on. Initial routing 261. Right, so interesting. You can't really fly this arrival because of X-Plane. You can't pick up this NDB. So we're flying inbound 261 to SAC until we intercept this 200 radial outbound to Godpo. Once we get to Godpo, we're going to make a right turn inbound 081 radial to Sidi Kadim. So that's the routing. Now we just need to make sure we're 160 here. Go from there. So first thing we're going to tune is actually Rabat 1165. Because we're not using VOR at the moment. 165. And the first radial we want is going to be 200. Workload is going to be off the chart here.
Perfect, thank you.
We are 200. So, again, keeping an eye on the INS here. 9 minutes to go. Hold on, I've lost all my... Nothing's where I can find it. I've not been at my office desk for a while. There we are. So again, what did we need to lose? 38,000 feet, need to be level at 16,000 feet. So we've got 22,000 feet. We're going to be there in 8 minutes. So we need to start descending now at 27,500 feet. So 2,700 feet per minute. So what we're going to do is press IS. No, we're not. Yeah, IS outcell. Slowly reduce thrust to idle now. The aircraft's pitching for 260 knots. Top of descent, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, 66 miles to go, Antoine. I know, I was too busy looking at the arrival, which is still up on your page. So we can just work off time to work out our required rate of descent. I might need a bit of speed brake here, but down we go. So yeah, 200 outbound Rabat, and then we'll tune the next radial, Sidi Kadim, 081 inbound 261 until we get to that VOR. So that's the routing. We just need to make sure when we get to Bisme, we switch off INS and intercept that radio. And this is actually, we're cleared on the 3 Alpha, so we're expecting 3-5 left.
20 minutes.
5-10.
Yeah, roger. Climb level 380, 10 minutes approved, report back.
There we are, so ILS 35 left. Now there's not much I can really set here. Oh, no, I haven't got the pin for that approach. I need a bit more rate of descent here, so I'm just going to use a bit of speed brake. Oh, my workload. Just want to unpin one of these approach charts. There we are. So when we do get there, course, we'll set the ILS, we'll set the courses. MSA 3800, distances of the localizer, only approaches being flown. Minimums then, we'll call it Cat 1, Cat D aircraft, 880, RA of 225. So to get the minimums call, I'll set this to 225. You wouldn't usually set your minimums using rad out for Cat 1 ILS. At least we get the call. RVR required 1400 metres. We've already checked the weather. It's fine. A bit windy from the left, crosswind, broken at 3000, 1017 to QNH. I think I've done a really quick briefing, but I'll keep you posted as I fly it really. It's such a busy approach, just got to do the landing performance. It's quite super loud.
177, yeah, I just noticed you requested PDC. Yeah, we don't have PDC, we only have CPDFC.
There we are, so I think that's... Hey. Dry, damp, dry, perfect. We'll set this all up later. Well, I can set my bugs now like this. We'll do a better landing performance calculation later, but you can see already with order brake minimum on a dry runway here, we have sufficient runway length. So I'll just set that as a minimum now. It's a long runway here. Right, 7 minutes to run. Let's be conservative and call it 6. We need to be at 16,000 feet, so just passing 32,000 feet. So we've got about 16,000 feet left to descend, and we'll say we'll be level in 6 minutes. So we need a target rate percent around 2,600 feet per minute. So a little bit more than that, just a little bit more speed brake. And I'm going to need engine anti-ice on soon. Oh, the workload. Where's VNAV? Where's VNAV? I've got a massive crosswind here as well. Wow, look at this, 313 at 108. There's really strong winds here at 30,000 feet. So that rate of descent's good now. Hi, KFC Turbo Rob H. Thanks for your kind words. Super busy now, so if I miss you in chat, bear with me. I forgot I've got the charts here, haven't I?
Air France 1277 at Echo 1, we're ready for push and start.
I need to sync Navigraph up, don't I? Oh no, so I get the right airport. No, it's all good, it's all good.
Push and start approved for runway 28.
Sadic. Oh, it's Sadic 4 Alpha. Oh no, 3 Alpha, there we are. There we go. So we can reference that a few times. There we go. You can see we're tracking the heading direction, but we actually are routing towards Sadic. Edge anti-ice coming on. Just hitting the top. I love this sort of hazy layer you get. That's super realistic. Actually, I don't think we need it anymore at the moment. Okay, good. 5 minutes to run, 30 miles till Sadic. All my descent calculations have gone out the window because they want us super low over Sadic. That's fine by me. Makes my life a little easier. Idle thrust, speed brake extended. The flapper on doing all the work. What do you think of the clouds then, guys? Oh, there's the ortho. I think it looks fantastic. No blurry textures. Crisp and clear. Alright, 5 minutes to run. 9,000 feet. So 1,800 feet per minute required, so we can definitely stow the speed brake now. We're going to go VS. Set 1,800 feet per minute, outsells on, and we're going to go speed hold. Turn on the auto throttle, just maintain about 270 knots. There we go.
Casablanca, get actually MBT 524, we're at Golf Mike Tango Alpha 737, we'll get clearance to Brussels. 524, I don't see any flight then.
So we are 160 here by Sadic. I don't mean level a little before it, but obviously we're sport with VNAV, it'll do an idle thrust descent, so this is a little more inefficient. So we need to keep an eye on the Rabat VOR. So when we're on the 200 radial, we make a left turn from Bismi to Godpo. So 200, how do we keep an eye on that? Look at the RMI. Okay, we're waiting for the tail of that needle to sit on 200. Okay, so that's going to slowly swing round. When the tail of this needle is on 200, just before 200 here, we can intercept that radial outbound. It's all very quiet in chat. everyone's watching enthralled, I hope. If you have any questions, I'll do my best to answer them. Just working to make 160 level by Sadic. So we are passing 210, got about 5,000 feet to go. We've got to be there in 3.5 minutes. So required rate of descent's about 1,500 feet, which is what we're doing slightly more than. So I'll just set about. I love this little VS wheel. Just slightly more than 1,500.
Beauty 524, Casablanca radar.
Antoine, I think the 742 is the wrong plane to worry about efficiency. That is crew, and actually talking about efficiency, I forgot to open the reserve tanks. So this feeds fuel from number 1 and number 4 to tank 1 and 4. We've got 15.7 tons of fuel remaining. We need 9.4 to divert to Rabat. Martin, thank you very much. Sorry, the alerts were muted. I've just turned them back on again. He goes 60 months, a mere 5 years. 60 months says, wow, I was so young. Brilliant. Thank you very much for your support for that entire period of time, buddy. I hope you're doing well. Has your beard grown any shorter? Or should I say grown? Has it gotten any longer? Thank you. Kelsey Turbo, have you made a checklist or any SOPs for this baby? I sort of like a 73, but there is an excellent inbuilt checklist, which I need to actually read for descent.
Approach checklist, please.
So busy.
Seatbelts and shoulder harness.
Just turn those on.
Check. Seatbelts and no spoken signs. And the eyes.
119.9, thank you very much. Alpaca 74 Charlie Bravo. Bye. I've got ATC, I've got checklists being read. Over to approach. Yeah, we're still on INS, which is fine. I just need to increase my rate of descent actually. So I need to be level 1.5 minutes, 2,000 feet to go. Oh, I think I'm pretty happy with that. Don't forget we're having to be... no, I still need INS on, so we'll skip that.
Flight director computer selector. Brake pressure. Check.
I think we're bang on there. Look at that Sadic at 160. Happy with that descent.
013. Set and cross check. Landing data, EPR, and airspeed bugs.
Why's it gone out
Set
hold?
and cross check.
160. Starting to level off a bit early.
Check. 1000 level off. Fuel panel. Check.
Let's do the job of everyone
Fuel
here.
heat.
Off.
Off. EPR computer. Let's see. Go around.
Super busy.
Check. Circuit break. Check.
Can't teach it.
Checklist completed.
There you are, 160. Level Sadic. Now you just levitate when a plan comes together. Casa, bonjour, Alpaca 74 Charlie Bravo, just levelling flight level 160 to be level Sadic for the Sadic 3 Alpha.
Alpaca 74 Charlie Bravo, man, approach, good afternoon, information Bravo, star, inspect ILS Zulu, runway 35 left, when ready, descend flight level 110.
When ready, descend flight level 110, expecting ILS Zulu 35 left, Alpaca 74 Charlie Bravo. Perfect, 110. Just make sure you go out hold first. And we'll just use VS, just do a nice gentle descent. Now we need to think about incepting. Direct to COTAG, Alpaca 74 Charlie Bravo. Did I program that as a waypoint? No, it's the one waypoint I didn't program. Alpaca 74 Charlie Bravo. Is it possible we can initially route direct to Godpo, please? We just don't have COTAG programmed in the INS.
Alpaca 74 Charlie Bravo approved.
Thank you, routing direct Godpo, Alpaca 74 Charlie Bravo. So Godpo is waypoint number 7. It's, there we are. So that's a great shortcut from ATC. Routing direct to Godpo. COTAG I don't have programs. I could have easily done it if I just went Godpo and intercepted the radial. So Godpo, what we need to now do is put in the Sidi Kadim VOR 1125.
Rock 212, turn left now, heading 300 to establish RS runway 35 left.
1125. And radial inbound was 261, so we need to send the courses to 261.
Rock 212, Canada.
That's it, remember to never accept a clearance you can't fly. Absolutely. There we are. So we're going to be there in 7 minutes. Ideally, it'll be at around 6,000 feet there. So yeah, just even just 1,500 feet per minute is going to be great for us. There we go. Beautiful, nice, gentle descent. So when routing direct to Godpo.
Rock 212, how comes approach?
Oh yeah, yeah. Thanks, guys. You are my first officers, guys. Arm out select. Thank you. This is a super intense aircraft to fly online on that soon. There's the beautiful ortho in the clouds in the latest Beta X-Plane 12. Very nice. How did we get with the descent checklist? I can't remember. All complete. Next is landing. Superb. Talking about landing performance. Let's quickly have a look at that. whilst the workload has just dropped a little. So landing on 35 left. It's nice on runway, 3,700 metres. Let's help ATC and take either Papa 2 or Whiskey 1. Landing weight, take the data from the sim. I think that updates it based off your expected off the flight plan. Dry, use sim data. It's 310 at 12, 14 degrees. Why has it got no medium and max? Is that for brake calling? Not sure. Oh no, I need to put all this information. 3,700, 600 feet, runway heading 35. It's dry. There we go. So minimum is 2328. Yeah, easy, that's going to be fine. Medium's a bit too much. I think we'll just go minimum auto brake and plan Whiskey 1. If we can take Papa 2, great. We'll use full reverse thrust. So set those speeds. 6, 1 to go. That's fine. We'll request firm descent very shortly. We'll keep on the nav charts in it. There we are. So we're inbound to Cockpit. Oh yeah, did I set all the radio lab? 261, I did. 261, 261. So again, we can really use the INS waypoint. Approaching that, we just need to turn off INS, go to conventional navigation and intercept the 261 inbound to the Sierra Lima Kilo, which is the 081 radial. Roberto, good question. Depends where you're on the world, but yeah, airports will update the runway to as the magnetic North Pole moves around.
Go 154, speed 180 knots. I've got an unresponsive
just 250.
aircraft.
Oh, there's an aircraft going all over the place. I hope that's not me.
Let's make it 200 for now. 200, Alpaca 151, thank you.
Now Alpaca 74 Charlie Bravo, request further descent.
Alpaca 74 Charlie Bravo, descent flight level 70.
Descent flight level 70, Alpaca 74 Charlie Bravo. 70 set, vertical speed, 1,000 feet, outsell. So Godpo, I'm just going to have a quick look at my operational flight plan. Remaining distance about 30, so I want to aim to be at 9,000 feet at Godpo. Let's just be ultra conservative and go at our plan level 7,000 feet at Godpo. So I'm going to be there in 5 minutes. Yeah, we just want a really, really shallow rate of descent here. So 7,000 feet, we're just passing 10, so I need to leave 3,000 feet in 5 minutes. So we only want to be doing about 600 feet per minute. There we go. Perfect. And we'll maintain 250 as we're approaching 10,000 feet. Mad Matt says, I hope you're being busy. I know you're being busy being a new dad, but I can't help but think a collaboration with yourself and V1 will make a fantastic stream in the 7.4. I'd definitely take the instructor role in that situation. Based off his last escapade. We've been talking about that, everyone has, for a very long time. Yes, maybe he takes me up in the 340 and I'll take him up in this. This is the challenging one. I'd like you to all remember.
10,000.
Passing flight level 100, 70.
Alpaca 74 Charlie Bravo, are you able to direct Sierra Lima Kilo?
AFIRM, Alpaca 74 Charlie Bravo.
Alpaca 74 Charlie Bravo, redirect Sierra Lima Kilo and descent flight level 50 to Kilo Sierra Lima Kilo.
Descent flight level 50, level at Sierra Lima Kilo, Alpaca 74 Charlie Bravo. I could do Sierra Lima Kilo because it's a VOR, 12.5. So 12.5, it's already active. Let me just match my heading log so I don't go all over the place. I'll even go a bit to the right so it starts the turn. There we are. And let's set the course. Let's go radio. Radio. Oh, that's airspeed. Nav lock. Or lock. There we are. So we're now routing direct to the VR, and he wants us level at 5,000 feet at that waypoint, which is great for average. So 5,000 feet set, and we're going to be... I can't wait route direct to that waypoint now, so I just know Godpo is going to be a lot less. So I'm just going to put waypoint change 08 now. The reason is that's just direct to the airport, so it gives us a rough idea what distance we're at. Alright, post-cruise checks.
Alpaca 154, turn right.
Fuel lights. Press number 4, isn't it, for cabin crew ready for landing? Prepare for landing. Pressurization's all good set, belts on, checks complete. Oh yeah, we're in a really, really shallow descent now, we're super low, but never mind.
Alpaca Alpaca 74 Charlie Bravo, flight heading 250.
Red heading 250 degrees, Alpaca 74 Charlie Bravo. Heading select. What's happened here? Why have I not gone to heading? Oh, I'm already on the heading, that's why. Perfect. It's the same inbound to the radial. Peter, no, I don't think it works like that. The INSs work independently. All you need to do is when you get to waypoint 9, program waypoint 1, and it will sequence to 1 after 9. Oh, got the scenery down there. Very nice. This is zoom level 15, which is why it's a little bit blurry as we get lower. Still looks really good. Oh, I came a little bit too low too early. So what's our ground speed? About 268 knots. Perfect. I think that's the cabin call ready.
Cabin ready.
Beautiful. So inbound Sidi Kadim, 5,000 feet will aim to be level at. Superb. Typing away in the background simply. So we've done everything. We're still, it's a higher transition altitude here, so it's flight level for my American friends, flight level 50. We are descending to, we've got about 26 miles to run to the VR, which is on the extended centre line. So we're doing 269, so what's the distance? We've got 26 miles, 269 knots. So I'm going to be there in about 5 minutes.
Alpaca 74 Charlie Bravo, descend to altitude 4,000 feet, QNH 1017.
To altitude 4,000 feet, QNH 1017, Alpaca 74 Charlie Bravo. So 4,000 feet is set QNH 1017. That is set 3 times, passing 8,300 for an altitude of 4,000 feet, no flags. The standby altimeter is set. Just continue inbound to the VOR. So you want to be around 4,000 feet at around Sierra Lima Kilo.
154, turn right heading 310, clear down Zulu, runway 35 left.
Again, 22 miles to run.
154, right heading 310, clear
267 knots, and we'll slow down as well. So we'll be there again just under 5 minutes now. And 5 minutes need to lose 3,000 feet. So target rate's at about 600 feet per minute now. Try and do some sort of CDA now. This plane is very raw, I know, Ali, this is raw. What's the temperature outside? Static temperature 0, minus, yeah, it's on 0, so I'll put the engine anti-ice on. Quite chilly here in Casa today. The average holding on landing checklist. So just approaching the VR, about 10 miles to run, we'll start slowing down to the up speed. And that up speed is, this is the best speed you want, 235 knots. Oh, actually, I need to book all these speeds actually.
Bravo, airborne 3000. Rock 5 Bravo, welcome to the approach, climb flight level 110. Turn left.
Oh, what have I done here? Bugged the wrong speed. How do I bug these speeds for landing? So landing, if I press the set bug speed, it's not updating. Oh, it has updated already. Sorry, flat one is 215. Yeah, it doesn't bug the up speed, does it? Now, I've got the low end one flashing because I've got engine anti-ice on and an idle thrust. Casa, that's what everyone calls Casablanca.
Alpaca 74 Charlie Bravo, descend to altitude at 3,600 feet, speed 200 knots.
10 altitude 3,600 feet, reducing speed 200 knots, Alpaca 74 Charlie Bravo. So, we'll bug 235, which is the up speed. So, gonna get the low end one again. because the engine anti-ice is on. Yeah, flap 1 speed in this thing is stupendously high, 275 knots. So there's flap 1.
Flaps 1.
Book the flap 5 speed, which is 195 knots, but we'll book 200, and then we'll just go flap 5. Perfect.
50, 40,
Redkid
30,
198, thank you very
40,
much for your
10.
£5 donation as I go flap 5.
Alpaca 154, no ATC speed restriction, contact
I
tower
got an exam in 30 minutes.
He says he's got an exam in 30 minutes. Good luck, Redkid 198. Perhaps study for your exam instead of watching my stream. Thank you very much. If you do well. Very generous. Right, 747 pilots in the Classic. How do you prevent low end 1 where you've got engine anti-ice on? Do you have to just disconnect the order from lands and thrust? I need it on though, because I'm in that. Look at the clouds. Let's be looking at this beautiful X-Ray update. There needs to be a bit more depth. Anyway, there's the bug speed as requested by ATC. Alipay, flat 1 speed on the 747 400 is 280, wow. Oh crikey, we're going straight onto the ILS. Hold on, I need to tune the ILS frequency all up. Ah! There I am. 1107. God, I nearly forgot to do all that. Riding 260 degrees. Alpaca 74 Charlie Bravo. So 1107, 1107, and course 345. Should have done that as soon as I started getting vectors. I'm gonna go. Yeah, that was the gear warning horn. So I've got an IS hold now because I want to get down. And I've disconnected the auto throttle because I'm a little bit high actually because I've been cut in tight. That's fine. I might just go flap 10 to increase the drag.
Flaps 10.
Still need engine anti-ice on. Just seen the glide slope deviation. Whoops. Bit of speed brake won't hurt. Cheers, Alex. 3 years as a member, 36 months. Thank you very much for the support. Hope you're doing very well, sir. Thank you. Glide slope's coming in very nicely. I just realised it's turned me quite a bit inside of city whatever VOR. So there are speed brakes stowed. Switching back to VS, and we'll turn the order front back on. Maintain 200 knots. Beautiful. Ready for our base turn. Engine anti-ice can come off now.
Alpaca 74 Charlie Bravo, turn right heading 315, cleared ILS Zulu, runway 35 left.
Right, 315 degrees on that heading, cleared ILS Zulu 35 left, Alpaca 74 Charlie Bravo. So much going on here. Thank you very much for the 5 gifted members. Alex van der Paas, not only have you been a member for the entire time, you've just gifted members as well. Thank you very much for the support. Ladies and gentlemen, would you like to see a CDA onto the localizer glide slope in a 747-200? You just can't teach this sort of level of skill. I mean, it's just shocking. Shocking. Of the ILS. Can we get localizer glide slope capture simultaneously? That's the money to get the money. Right, 180 knots I need to reduce. Localizer glide slope capture. I'll remember that. Runway heading 345. Missed approach altitude 4,000 feet. Just stupendous skill.
Alpaca 1975, route direct contact. When ready, descend fallow 70 level at contact.
Alright, coming out the cloud. Beautiful.
Direct contact and be level at contact by level 070. Alpaca
I'll drop the gear soon anyway. Bit of speed brake to hold the speed here. Alpaca 74 Charlie Bravo fully established.
Alpaca 74 Charlie Bravo, thank you. No ATC speed restriction, contact tower now 118.5. Have a nice landing.
Free speed 1185, Alpaca 74 Charlie Bravo. Goodbye. Perfect. So because it's a 747 and we're 8 miles, I want to start reducing speed now. I'm going to use a little bit of drag with the gear. So gear down, flaps to 20, 160 knots, and we'll start slowing down for the approach. Oh yes, bingo cards here. No fixed rings here. Didn't need them. Who needs fixed rings?
Gears down, green light.
Perfect.
Roger, on departure,
125.
119er, clear for takeoff, 35 right to
Final approach speed is 140. And we'll bug that now. Landing flap selected.
Flaps 30.
Casablanca, Tower, good day. Alpaca 74 Charlie Bravo established. ILS Zulu 35 left 6 miles.
Alpaca 74 Charlie Bravo, wind 320 degrees, 13 knots, continue approach, runway 35 left.
Continue approach 35 left, Alpaca 74 Charlie Bravo. Perfect. So let's now complete the landing checklist.
Landing checklist. Gear. Down and check.
Perfect.
Down and check. Flaps.
Jedi 39 at full
Flaps
position.
30. Flaps 30. Spoilers. Armed.
Beautiful.
Ignition.
Nav 2 course setting.
Hold on.
345. Good job, Jim's asleep.
Alpaca 74 Charlie Bravo, wind 320 degrees, 13 knots.
Flight start.
35 left, clear to land.
35 left, clear to land.
Fantastic.
Alpaca 74 Charlie Bravo.
Check.
Perfect.
Altimeter.
Cheers, Domino Mosina. I've just
0,
unmuted the alerts. One gifted member, thank you very much.
Landing checklist complete.
Good, we're cleared to land. Landing checklist complete. What a CDA. Just doing one more little fly past. Oh, look at the Queen. I've turned the sound down as well. Hopefully the replay works in the sim. Right, wish me luck, guys. Right, yeah, cam's on. Disconnecting autothrottle. Disconnecting autopilot. Doesn't cancel the horn annoyingly. Right, we're flying.
1,000.
I think the cabin crew are just doing the cabin crew seats are landing. Oh crikey! Don't forget, I've got a bit of a crosswind here. Right seating position here. Oh my goodness me! So flight director's giving me good guidance. There's definitely something going on with the wind. It's, you know, I do sometimes induce oscillations in desktop sims, but the plane is rocking around a little bit. There you go. Look, I'm having to make a left aileron input there to keep wings level. Remember the touchdown zone with the default runway's speed.
500.
It's a bit off. Yeah, there's a crosswind coming from the left, wasn't there? About 15 knot crosswind, so I'm just being drifted slightly downwind of the centre line. Keep ascending now. Speed a bit high now. Oh, come on! Keeps wanting to roll to the right. Slightly left of centre line, but coming back on.
Approaching minimums. Minimums.
Continue. Yeah, ignore the aiming point, that's way too short. It looks like we're very high, and we actually are a bit high, but we're going to dive down a super long runway.
50, 40,
Right, check.
20, 10.
What a floater. But it's a butter. Come on.
Check reverse.
What a beauty. Alright, speed brake up, reverse as normal. Manual braking.
Auto brake off.
100 knots. Floated a little bit. 80 knots. Oh, what a beauty.
Out, off, reverse.
60 knots. Coming up. A little bit of manual braking.
60 knots.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Casablanca, Morocco. 1 hour 40 minute planned flight time. Actual flight time 1 hour 40 minutes. CDA, butter landing. X-Plane 12 beta. Amazing. A bit of a floater though. That was superb.
Clear for takeoff 35 right on departure 119.
Beautiful, right, let's get my taxi charts already. Hold short 35 right, Alpaca 74 Charlie Bravo. It's a good job I was listening out there, because the runway directly ahead, so we'll just hold short of the next line. There's another line up here. We'll just hold short off because they're using the other runway. Superb! Flaps coming up, speed brake stowed.
Flaps up.
And we'll hold at Whiskey 1, which is just coming up here. Beautiful. What a just beautiful machine. I'll stop here just to keep the controller happy. Beautiful. See it just sat on the gear. Was that for me? I wasn't quite listening. I was too busy outside.
Hawk 180, line up and wait, runway 35 right.
Line up and wait, runway 35 right.
Busy here, isn't it? As the leading edge device is retracting.
Parking brake set.
Go ahead.
Cross runway 35 right in the old short of taxiway Tango.
Good, cross 35 right, hold short, taxiway Tango, Alpaca 74 Charlie Bravo. I did think he called me. Right, cleared across, and we'll hold short of the parallel taxiway here at Tango.
Parking brake released.
I'm just going to take the parking brake off. Ah, amazing. Right, we'll usually leave the strobes on until we've crossed the runway, but I'll turn off those lights. Strobes are off. Oh, that was just a superb flight. This aircraft is epic. I think it went very well. This is just stock scenery. I did actually have this scenery for X-Plane 11. I didn't check if it was compatible. Probably would be if I downloaded it. But I think you needed to put like a code in or something, so I just left it. I just went, I'll just stick with default. I haven't have installed, but I do need rudder pedals with toe brakes, that's for sure. Yeah, the textures are all blurry here, aren't they? Actually, I better stay in the cockpit so I can hear ATC. Yeah, you can see the ortho's got a bit of a dip in the apron too. Amazing. Alpaca 74 Charlie Bravo holding short Tango.
Alpaca 74 Charlie Bravo, contact ground 130.6.
136. Sorry, say 3 again.
130.6.
130.6, Alpaca 74 Charlie Bravo. Bye.
Hawk 180, wind 310 degrees, 14 knots, runway 35 right, cleared for takeoff.
Brakes, I just realised it's rolling forward. Jim, you must speak up. Casablanca, hello, it's Alpaca 74 Charlie Bravo, just on mic 1 holding short Tango.
Alpaca 74 Charlie Bravo, ground settle, taxi to stand Charlie 26 via Tango and Papa.
Stand Charlie 26 via Tango and Papa, Alpaca 74 Charlie Bravo. So first right on Tango, Papa and Charlie, what did he say? I wrote it down, I can't even, Charlie 26, found it. Let's go to Morocco. Guys, what do you think of the beta then? I think it's great. I might stick with the beta as well. I've had no problems at all. It's worked beautifully. The Felis 742 has also worked beautifully. But I think, again, the cockpit lighting, very dark here. I don't know if Felis needs to make any changes, but it's certainly an improvement, I think, anyway. Right, let's do a bit of a taxi inflow here. So I'll leave the transponder on. INS can all come off later. That can be turned off. MCP is already pretty much reset, so we'll try taxiing. Lights are all configured. That should be armed. Be scrubbing the main gears we taxi in. They can come off as well. We'll just do a taxi inflow.
After landing checklist.
Alpaca 154 heavy, I think Charlie 23 is occupied.
Check.
Can we take Charlie 26?
Body gear steering. Arm.
Yeah, definitely. Black Doctor. Notable improvement for sure. Oh, what have I forgotten? What are brakes?
Off. Ignition.
But the Felis 742 is just epic.
Off. Engine and wing and the ice. Off.
Agreed, big person. Yeah, these are the ortho textures. I wish they would be. They look crap.
on.
That looks awful. Radar transponder standby.
Standby. Flaps. Up.
Spoilers.
Down.
Stabilizer.
Next left's Papa.
7 units.
Outflow valves. Open. Pressurization mode selector. Wait.
That needs to be open, doesn't it?
Manual.
Manuel.
Aft cargo heat.
I'm on to their wide bodies here. This is a great airport for wide body jets, actually. Aft cargo heat.
Off. APU. Check. Checklist completed.
So APU needs to start. Remember, we're super high up and overshoot those. Oh, sorry, Alpaca 74 Charlie Bravo. Did you say again?
Yeah, Charlie 26 is occupied now. Taxi to San Bravo 14.
Stand Bravo 1-4, we'll go back at 7-4, Charlie Bravo. Alright, that's in the same way, that's all good. Let's get the APU started. Wait until the AP doors opened. So Bravo 1-4, it's right, and then it's just on the left here as well. Doors open, so we can now start the APU. Pascal says epic, hard to handle alone of course, but so amazing when buttering. I really floated that out. I don't know if the Ortho has some slight downhill. That's my excuse anyway. I think Bravo 1-4 is coming up here. How much fuel did we land with? 11.9, that's plenty. 9.4 was our alternate, so we had about a go around and we'd had to have committed. We've got 2 runways here. God, all the wide bodies here. Tap Emirates. There's an Alpaca 748. We're not flying a 748 in any stream. Fortunately, we don't have the stand numbers here. That is Bravo 1-4 here. Oh no, this is Bravo 1-4. It's a good job I was looking at my charts carefully. There's the taxi in guidance. Oh, just overshot the line slightly. So high up here. Beautiful. Stood on the grass. Tell me to stop at some point. There we go. There we are, perfect. Right, parking brake is set, put the AP on the bus. Oops, wrong one. There we are, IDG's disconnected, we can shut down the engines. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Oops. There we are. To Casablanca. What a tank. Beautiful. The inertia of the fan blade is really good. It takes ages to spool down as it would. I love those sounds. Amazing. There's aircraft taking off in the background. Busy here as well. Pascal, there will be a cargo version of the 747-200 in the future. I think Felis is working on it. He sure is. Cubing Demon, X-Plane default airports are leaks better than Microsoft Flight Sim. They are. A lot of work goes on it with Gateway. Hopefully at some point, one day, Microsoft Flight Sim will make decent default airports. But yeah, heavily reliant on the, well, already excellent plethora of add-ons, both freeware and payware available in the sim. Might not have the best ground textures compared to Microsoft Flight Sim, but new lighting and clouds comparable or better. Yes, the ground textures do certainly need to improve. Look at the engine animations slowing down as well. Super cool. Amazing. I think that's pretty much all the comments I missed there. I won't do the full taxi and flow. Shutdown flow. I'm just going to turn the beacon off and close the flight on New Sky. There we are. Oops. I didn't get the
50, 40,
the prompt
30,
to close the
20,
flight in New Sky.
10.
That's interesting. Clonk, thank you. £5 donation. Very kind. Oh, cheers.
Nice flying, Captain. Congrats on the family news. Very
Thank
happy
you.
for you.
Thank you very much, Clonk. That's very kind indeed. Appreciate your kind gesture, and thank you very much for popping in. And I hope you're doing very well. I love your YouTube name as well. Clonk. Brilliant. Thank you. New Sky then. I don't know what's happened. I didn't get the prompt to close the flight. So, oh, you can just do it here. Oh, really? Let's do that. There we are. Perfect. 10 out of 10. Oh, you can tell the 747-200 is not the most fuel efficient plane. A full load of passengers and cargo and freight, and we made $3,000. Oh. Now, if you were to repeat that flight in an aircraft with similar capacity and a modern jet engine, you think about the expense of fuel. That's why these aircraft don't fly anymore. $20,000 fuel. That's crazy. Clog, it's a great username, love it. How does one get the marshaller? It's a plugin. I can't remember its name. Hopefully someone will prompt in chat what it is, but I can't remember what it's called. 10 out of 10. New Skyflight. Brilliant. What a fantastic little stream it was, and showcasing the beta of X-Plane 12. I think it's a great update, and obviously you can, if you have X-Plane 12, opt in straight away. It's dead easy. Turn the tick box on, download it. Took about 5 minutes and you can fly the new update. Just be aware beta updates aren't fully compatible. It does recommend uninstalling all plugins. I think you'll be fine with most. Just be careful of ones that affect the textures, colouring, clouds, etc, etc. But we'll keep in it moving forward. Certainly the Felis 742 played very well. The default weather I don't think was great in Algiers though, when we're leaving Algeria. It was saying it was 10k, a few clouds, but we had sort of low visibility and drizzle, so I've seen that a few times in X-Plane 12, so hopefully that will be looked into. But great to fly the aircraft again, the Felis 742. We love to jump back into this aircraft and fly it frequently. And what a great VATSIM event it was as well. I think this was for an ATC controller's exam, but he had plenty of traffic to deal with, but all the ATC I experienced was absolutely excellent. But yeah, go check out the Felis 742 if you're up for the challenge of flying a complex aircraft like this. Incredibly rewarding getting this aircraft from A to B. Anyway, let's log off of VATSIM, call it a day, because I have been sat on my computer for about almost 3 hours, and I have a young daughter to tend to, and fiance. Right, let's log off of VATSIM, conclude everything here, just turn off Fly Live as well, just make sure everything's off here in the background, guys. Turn off New Sky, turn off Fly Live, superb. Let's cue the replay music and have a look at that floating. Now, I've not done a replay with the beta. Oh! Could be in business here. Look at that. Worked fine. So was it butter for daughter? Absolutely. Only. Guys, I've just seen a very generous a lot of you today as well. Thank you. A lot of gifted members, and I think I missed some with the muted alert. So if I missed out, very sorry. Thank you very much. Ignore the gauges of the replay. This is where the Civic excels. Let me just turn that music down. Have a look at this. That sound. Oh, it was a bit of a floater, wasn't it? Sorry, I was just correcting onto the centre line during the float. Oh, look at the main settle. Changed the tyre smoke as well. Yeah, we missed the touchdown zone, but the touchdown zone, the default runway isn't quite right anyway. That was a superb butter. Oops. What happened there with the camera, sorry guys. Yeah, you can feel the weight of the aircraft in X-Plane, I know. Physics are superb. 6 out of 10 KFC Turbo, that's an outrageous. Oh, let's go from here so we can hear those reverses. Oh, it's just epic. There's the flare. I flared a bit too high. There's the main settling down. Amazing. Superb. Tower view. I'll do tower. Such a cool plane. Was a heck of a flow though. Overping's deaf. You can smell the avgas. Jet A1. Jet A1. Nice little crosswind as well. Look at the leading edge devices retract when the reversers come on as well. Perfect. Clockmark to pick this add-on up. It looks amazing. It is a superb add-on. Beautiful. Right, well it has to be the wing view with the 4 engines. That's the classic 747 view, isn't it? There we go. Right, I'll pop you back on the approach so you can enjoy the view of the wing and the engines and the reverse and the leading edge devices all moving in harmony. Very nice indeed. I'll pop you about a little bit further back here as well. Beautiful. There we go. Right, well that's it for today. Thank you very much for tuning into another live stream. Thank you everyone for your generosity today as well. There were gifted members from Domino Mosina, Alex van der Paas, Rob H, Scotty 2, who else gifted members? I can't find the list. It's all gone crazy, but some very generous donations as well. Thank you very much. Never ever feel the need to just enjoy the show. I'll never ask for anything or along those lines, so just subscribe, like, that's all I'll ever ask, and enjoy what you see. Once again, Felis 747-200 is out for quite some time. Very reasonable price for the quality add-on you get as well. So if you want to support Felis, feel free to get this add-on. Watch perhaps some of my videos for some tips. You might pick up a thing or two, I think. Anyway, that's it for today. Enjoy the rest of your week. I hope to be live again in a couple more days as I return off paternity leave to go back on the line. Take care of yourselves, guys, and I'll see you all again very, very soon. Cheerio.